Looking for Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. It's time for another edition of the Esports Tower Rumble. Now, usually, some of the talented all-star teams in Esports Tower take on some of the top high school teams in the nation in Rocket League, but this week, it's going to be just a little bit different. I'm your host, Michael Fisher, joined by Artie Nerdy Bird Rain to call all of the action. This week, it is All-Star Week in the Esports Tower. Captains were chosen by the Esports Tower coaching staff, and they did a draft of the remaining players. Your team captains today are Renix for Team Orange, Yeezy for Team Green, Quez for Team Blue, DJ TJ for Team Pink, and Turbo for Team Red. And there will be plenty of names that you recognize, not only from the Esports Tower, but some of our top high school teams as well, Nerdy. So it's going to be a jam-packed all-star event, and I cannot wait to see who's on top. We know it won't be St. John's Bosco, or maybe it will. Maybe one of their players will continue the winning streak.
I honestly am excited to see what players were chosen from the high school teams. The names that were picked for the Esports Tower teams, no disrespect to any of the other players, all of you are amazing, but those names are ones that you constantly hear us saying, like time after time, popping off and things like that. I fully anticipate we'll probably see Buddy as well.
Yes, I think we will. We will see Buddy, I know for sure.
Not on a toaster, but we'll probably see Buddy playing as well today, and I'll be excited to see that. But all of these names that we just called out from the Esports Tower, I'm super excited to see what they bring to the table, especially because when you're kind of in that captain's position, you actually get to, you know, be a little bit more quintessential to what happens within the team.
Yeah, you see there, 5 captains, 5 teams. The group play a little bit different as well. It will only be a best of 1, and it will round robin through all 5 teams. So there won't be a group A, there won't be a group B. We'll just take the 4 best teams. The semifinals and the finals will also be best of 3. I did get a sneak peek at the rosters. I know Buddy will be there. I know Slayer from St. John's Bosco will be there as well. And as you mentioned, that some of the best Esports Tower teams we've seen, Renix, Yeezy, Quez, DJ, TJ, Turbo. I think they're all champions at least once, and you see there's some of the names, people like KG222, Sunky, Spooky. I mean, these are players we have seen week after week absolutely dominate Nerdy.
Yes, and Quez, Yeezy, I'm sorry, you two have to go up against each other today.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if they do face off, how they go, because they are the dynamic duo. But we get a look at here, as we said, it will just be a best-of-1 round robin through the groups. Red, blue, green, pink, and orange will be your teams. We will then have our semifinals and our finals. It's All-Star Weekend here in the Esports Tower. Before we take a look into how the group play went, don't forget to support your teams. Might be a little bit different. You might have a team that has a player you really like and a player you really hate. So I don't know how you're going to pick your favorite teams this week. Celebrate their successes. Be respectful to other fans, and bots will remove anyone who violates the chat rules. And let's get into our round robin rundown. Kicking things off with Team Blue versus Team Orange. Blue led by Quez, Orange led by Renix. A very intense low-scoring game. We already see 0-0, and that's probably going to happen because you don't have that communication, Nerdy, with players random, and as I say that, somebody just air dribbles it in for a goal.
That was honestly very beautiful. I think they even got a the rebound shot off of the goalie right there for that goal, and then just a kickoff demolition into a goal. Oh, that's always painful.
Yeah, and I'm curious because you're not going to have as much team play, I would think, because you're going to have a lot of solo players. So I would expect we're going to see a lot of low-scoring games here. As Quez, 5 saves and 4 shots. That man is insane just alone, even without Yeezys. That's a great save there in overtime.
And then we see another follow-up off that save. Honestly, even without the communication, the rotations, because these players are such high level, is still going to be phenomenal regardless.
This orange team, though, is Sunky nearly puts it in. Sunky, Renix, and Buddy. Just seeing that roster, those are maybe some of the 3 best players we've seen. That is a talented roster.
That's stacked. There's no other way to put it beyond that's just stacked.
Yeah, Buddy has led Forsyth Central to 10 straight bracket appearances. Renix is, I think, Supersonic Legend we saw. And then Sunky, his teams haven't gone as far, but he has been a phenomenal individual performer. This team is stacked. We see Quez and Slayer, St. John's Bosco on the blue team. These might be maybe the 2 most loaded teams already in this All-Star event. That's crazy.
At least we're going to kick off the highlight reel with what we would consider the most stacked teams. But as far as we can see here, if the rest of the teams can keep up with this same type of just pure aggression coming out from both these rosters, we're in for it today.
See that game winner, 1 minute and 20 seconds into overtime. Now we go into Team Red versus Team Pink. Red led by Turbo, Pink led by DJ TJ. And once again, this one not as low scoring as we see is a 4-0 commanding lead for Team Red. And this is something that I didn't expect. I thought we'd see a lot more low-scoring games.
I'm not going to lie, I was rooting for Team Pink just because that's my favorite color out the gate.
They have a chance. It is a round robin through everybody, so maybe they were just off a little bit. I don't know if they were able to practice, how much they were able to practice together. I did see, I was told that they attempted to make it so that your color of your team did match your car, which I did think was pretty cool. Koba was telling me that before we started, so that is nice to see. As we see Team Red put 1 more on the board, or actually maybe that was Team Orange, if you can look at the scoreboard. Who knows?
Yes, it's a little strange. We can't always modify all the UI colors.
That's true. That is true. It does look like Team Orange leading here. We'll tick down on this one, see where we are going next. And that's a 6-0 though for Orange. 4 goals from Turbo. That's a team we got to watch out for as well.
We do see Jockstrap with Turbo, and I feel like that's a combination that those 2 together can definitely be an onslaught offensive force, especially because Turbo and Fox especially is really great on the rebound returns, and Turbo's just always in great positioning. Yeah,
so we will have to keep an eye on that one, and I'm really curious to see because every time I see a new team, I'm like, wait, that team's stacked. Okay, they're my favorite team. And then I see another one, wait, no, that team's stacked. I forget about that other team. These are some of the best players we have seen in the Esports Tower. So this is going to be a crazy event. And I'll be curious to see how well they work together and also how much they give away. Because if you kind of say, oh, my team does this, then you might have, given away your team's secret for the next Rumble. So I'll be very curious how much under the belt they want to keep it.
Yeah, you gotta play completely different if you don't want to give away your team's secrets. However, I mean, if the rosters are mixed up enough, you can just be like, oh, I know that Buddy likes to do X, Y, Z, and then just make sure that you tell Buddy that, like, hey, I told them your exact strat, so maybe you want to change things up next week. But, if you don't want to throw your friends under the proverbial bus, maybe you don't give that away.
Yeah, well, we will jump into our highlight match between Blue and Red. As we will see here, the blue team led by Quez, who alongside Yeezy, his normal teammate, opponent this week, competed in IWO. They finished 34th out of a few hundred Canadian teams. So we know how well they work together in the Esports Tower. They're clearly as talented in other events as well.
We do see some bumping around happening already. There was a fantastic save as well, making it past that halfway stripe. Slayer just elevates and knocks it back over towards the corner. We mentioned it already, but all of these rosters are stacked. I can't not pick any single favorite team except for using my favorite color here. So I'm very sorry, everyone.
You see that blue team of Slayer from St. John's Bosco, KG222, and Quez, all from teams that are routinely in that bracket stage. As Quez going to pop it up in the air, trying to set up Slayer, but that one is going to get turned away. KG at midfield keeps it alive. Zandu trying to play it off the wall, pops it up for a teammate, takes a shot on net, but that one's easily turned away.
Slayer got that and knocked it over towards the side with a follow-up right there from Slayer once again, but it looked like Zandu right there manages to corral it down in the corner, trying to take it to that halfway mark, but KG's going to say no to that one and send it back across that halfway, elevating to try and corral the ball down on the ground, but it looks like Turbo has something else to say about that.
Looks like this ball's in the corner. You see Slayer's going to try and wrap it around. Zandu just barely stops it, clears it away. Gets demoed, though, from KG. Shots high. Is there a rebound chance? Slayer hits it in. Oh, what a goal for Slayer.
Honestly, there were so many people in front of that goal. I did not think that was going to go in, so nicely done on the follow-up.
Yeah, was told by the Esports Tower, Slayer, who he has always been a star in recent Rumbles, also has a history of coaching some South American teams. So he's got a little bit of coaching in him as well. And hey, if you can tell him to do something like that, it's probably pretty easy to be a coach. Yeah,
so stacked across the board within player skill and communication ability right there from being a coach. That means you have the ability to help, bring a team together.
We do see Blue trying for a clear. Jockstrot keeps it alive, gets it around KG222. Zandu sets it up. Oh! Banged home from Turbo. Yes, it was Turbo trying to keep his team in it, and he has had incredible range as a great aerial player as well.
We go into this next kickoff, and KG manages to win that one, but then the follow-up right there from Jockstrot, who read it perfectly, bringing it down right in front of the blue goal. Does get shot hit away, but Zandu follows it back up, trying to corral it back down, but unfortunately, blue team right there is going to be able to maintain some control and get it across that halfway mark with a little bit of disruption happening.
So we do see a great pass there, trying to set it up off the rebound. Turbo barely knocks it up in the air. Slayer waiting to maybe clear it back, and he will do just that. Jockstrot hiding out in the corner, though. Recenters it. Scary spot to be, and Slayer makes it pay.
Man, that's always just rough. Those cases, it's just kind of unavoidable.
And we do see we have two members of St. John's Bosco, as I mentioned, Slayer and Turbo as well. So surprising to see his team struggling. This is a foreign concept to him, as St. John's Bosco usually wins every Rumble they're in. So we'll see if they turn it around here in the last 2.5 minutes as Quez tries to pass it over to Slayer. That one does get stopped. KG in the corner looking to clear it around. Perfect pinch off the wall to sneak it under a member of the orange team.
That was some big brain moves right there. And we do see KG trying to corral it around past a couple members of the other team right there in the corner. They managed to keep it away, but unfortunately it's not enough. They will lose control of that ball. With Quez elevating, trying to help out their teammates, trying to prevent it from going onto that blue side, but ultimately he's going to get popped high in the air with a follow-up happening. It's going to get knocked into that corner.
KG just waiting there. Turbo shot just wide. Zandu's going to hit it in. He was at a perfect spot. We got ourselves a 3-2 game with Blue barely hanging on.
Are we going to see overtime? I know it's a little early to call it, but I'd love to see some overtime, guys.
Jocks with a great kickoff, just a little wide. Can Zandu set it up for Turbo? He can! Fantastic play by Jockstrot, who joined Esports Tower as mid-champion. He's now approaching Grand Champ 2. That is a success story right there for the Esports Tower.
That is beautiful, honestly. Jockstrot had another great kickoff. KG, unfortunately, was there to try and disrupt and pinch them off a little bit. Missing the ball in the air, however, it's still going to stay here on the blue side. KG's playing it off that wall. It does get popped high by Slayer, but it has managed to make it past that center stripe, so now it's just everyone fighting for the possession of this ball here at the mid.
Looking for a clear from KG, gets it around one. Can't quite get it around Jockstrot, who's going for the pass to Turbo. They slam it down. Zandu just barely a little bit behind that ball. Now they're racing. It's a one-on-one. KG pass over to Slayer. Quez is there as well. A little bit of a miscommunication. Everybody bailed on that pass.
Sometimes it happens. As we mentioned, these guys haven't had nearly as much time together as our normal esports tower teams in high schools get during these tournaments. But nonetheless, they're still fighting and staying alive, as we do see Zandu trying to corral this ball here in the corner. Followed up right here, we do see Slayer and Turbo trying to get a little bit of a pinch off on that ball. KG now is trying to take it up that side wall, but it is going to be disrupted, and Quez will come up to help.
Turbo barely keeps it alive on that blue side. Does eventually get cleared away. Quez waiting on the wall. Going to set it for teammate. Oh, nice save by Jockstrot. Huge play there by Team Red.
Still at 3-3 with just a little bit under a minute left. They're going to play it off that back wall. It's going to get hit into the corner by KG. Now they're kind of bouncing it around, ping-ponging the ball off of each other right now. KG's trying to get it away. Then finally, sorry, that was Quez. Finally manages to do just that, sending it to an open goal and finding that one they need to come out at the 4 mark. 44 seconds, though. They got to be careful.
They got to be careful, especially with these kickoffs as it goes straight to the side. Jockstrap looking to center it over to Turbo. Perfect shot, just a bit high. Slayer gets the clear. One more of those, we might be heading to overtime.
We do know that the St. John's team is notorious for doing those off-the-wall shots at the kickoff to be able to just get a high aerial shot into the goal, so they got to be careful. Knowing both players, well, knowing that the team is split up between both these teams, they'll keep an eye out on that from each other for sure.
Oh, nearly an insurance goal there for KG. Turbo going to try and carry it down. 13 seconds left. Oh, fantastic save by a member of the blue team, and that might have been the play they needed as they're going to clear the ball all the way to the other side, and I don't know if Team Red's going to have enough time.
It almost went in. Turbo's going to get a demolition. The ball's now in front of KG. Hits the ground at the 0-0 mark, so Team Blue does end up with that victory.
We're going to hop right into our next game here, Team Orange versus Team Red. And these teams, like I said, I see the rosters. I'm like, wow, okay, this team is absolutely stacked, which is insane to me. So I'm very impressed that they got everyone together on the same page, because that's sometimes the problem with all-star events. Oh, somebody, maybe has a commitment. But we have some incredibly talented teams as we get Orange and Red, maybe the tournament favorites with how stacked these rosters are, as we join right in time to see Orange get the 2-1 lead with Rennick, Sunky, and Buddy. Like I said, that's got to be your tournament favorite.
Yes, they are. Even though it's not my favorite color, there's still that team is just a group of players that notoriously have made us smile time and time again.
But watch out for this Team Red, ironically, in blue right now. Turbo, Jockstraw, and Zondu, all very talented in their own right. As we get a huge clear down, they got to be careful. That might go in the net. Zondu's.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I think he thought that might bounce a little high. That was just unfortunate there for Zondu and Team Red.
It happens. It happens to everybody. We can't blame you.
No, it's so hard to judge if it's going to bounce high, because if you miss it and it bounces off the back of the net, then you're not in a good spot for the rebound. And we see he's going to redeem himself. Zondu gets a goal right there, and they're going to bring us back within one.
We've said time and time again here that in order to be good at Rocket League, you basically have to have a PhD in physics. So, if you don't, you're going to miscalculate a couple of those. And these guys are all high schoolers, so.
We do see we jumped ahead in the action a little bit, and that 3-2 lead has now become 6-2. Orange has popped off. We talked about IWO, the Intel World Open. Rennick also competing in it. That is an open qualifier for the Olympics, by the way. That is not just some random Saturday LAN tournament in your local card shop. These are very talented players outside the esports tower. And Orange, like I said, they're probably the tournament favorite. They get another great win here against Team Red.
Y'all heard that. We've got players that are in the qualifiers for the Olympics playing right now for you. That is incredible.
Yeah, not to mention we team up with Buddy and Sunky. Oh, gosh, as we see another game for Team Orange in a familiar scoreline 3-1 lead. Rennick's going to make a great save there against Team Green. And this Orange team is just looking unstoppable from the highlights we're seeing.
What do you do when you get run into that? They're like the St. John's of this tournament. That's just, what do you do?
I mean, Rennick's, like we talked about, a talented player. Then you have Buddy and Sunky, who played for Grayson and was improving every week. This is just, you've got the all-star, the other all-star, and then the star player all on the Orange team, and they're playing lights out with another great save. And as we see, it looks like the Green team trying to rally for one more goal. They just haven't found any good shots.
We do have Yeezy over here, who has been a powerhouse for their own team during our normal Rumble time and time again, trying to, be that save person, doing all three things, the triple threat, the assist, the shot, the save, everything they possibly can. But when it comes to playing into some of these players, you just can't do that.
Yeah, we do see Chrissy, who has the ball right now, is a new player at the Esports Tower, but has shown big strides working with Coach Jake. It sets up a perfect goal for Yeezy. And if you're a new player in an all-star event, you better be dang talented, and that was fantastic.
Hope your pillow is warm. That's just mean.
I believe that is Spooky, by the way.
Ah, gotcha.
That is Spooky. So a familiar person, just a different name this week. They're always changing their names on us, but that is Spooky, and they have a chance here. Team Green does. Down in the corner. You just got to get one shot. But there's nobody in the middle of the field. That's unfortunate.
If they can keep the ball in the air, though, they could see this be the equalizer. We're at 1 second. It's in the air. They're trying to do it, but I think it's going to hit the ground right now, and it is.
That Orange team, that was a great effort by Green to keep up that close. Had an opportunity, just a little bit off on the rotations. That's the other thing. You'll probably see, and you'll say, well, these players are so talented. How do they have bad rotations? Because they're just probably not used to the comms. Every team has probably a different word for it. So we probably might see some play that you're like, this is an all-star level, but that's because these guys are probably playing together maybe, for the second time ever. So I'll cut them a break there. That's just, everyone is their own communication. I don't blame them.
Yeah, communication, even in a game like Rocket League, we've said time and time again here that it's not a game where everyone's screaming at the top of their lungs. It's normally very short, succinct things are being said from time and time again. That's about it. But if that call for rotation is just different from what you're used to hearing, it won't click in your brain. And sometimes that's just how it is.
We'll get to our next highlight match. This time it is going to be green on the blue side taking on pink on the orange side.
Let's go pink.
So maybe pink's able to get a redemption victory here for Nerdy, picking their favorite color for this Rumble. As it said, it's hard to pick who you want to win.
Exactly. So I have to go with my gut of just go with my favorite color here. That's all I have hope for right now.
Oh, Spooky. Hope your pillow is warm. Tries to dribble that one down. Pickle in the corner. Same with me on switch. Ball still not going to be cleared away. DJ TJ, who's been a solid force in a lot of these Rumbles, looking for a clear, not able to find it. And I think
that was Spooky. Yeah.
I couldn't tell if it was Spooky or someone on the pink team, but we'll give it to Spooky regardless.
If it was someone on the pink team, we're still going to give it to Spooky.
Yeah, the game still gives it Spooky. There is no own goals, thankfully, in Rocket League, as I think Spooky's got another great opportunity. He's really having a fantastic performance right now in these early minutes.
Pickle did manage to corral the ball down, but Yeezy's there putting in the disruption onto DJ. DJ will get the clear down into the corner with Spooky elevating right in front of the goal, but not high enough, and the ball just waterfalls right in.
Now, speaking of Spooky, actually, we talked about Slayer being a coach. Spooky now one of the newest coaches of the Esports Tower, and is to start at Converse on their B team as well. So he's got a lot on his plate. He's got a coach. He's got a future position at Converse as well. I mean, this person's doing a lot of work, and right now they're having a fantastic game to go with it.
Wait, Converse is now starting a Rocket League team?
That's what I'm being told.
That is, I guess, I like it. It's the all-star tournament, and Converse has an all-star line of shoes.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that is, and they got an all-star player as well in Spooky, or Hope Your Pillow is Warm, as he misses the play defensively, but Easy is there, and no one in the rotation. We still have ourselves a tie game. As a Team Green, if they are able to win this, make the bracket stage, they're a team I think a lot of people got to watch out for as a sneaky threat, but unfortunately, that's going in the back of the net for Team Pink.
That was some beautiful, I want to say footwork, but it's really tire work right there that just happened.
Yeah, I also try to call them headers. I'm like, well, it's really like a hooder instead. So it is, you know, sometimes it carries over. Sometimes it doesn't. As we see here, Team Green gets a nice little clear. Trying to get to the bracket stage here with the win. Oh, great opportunity for Chrissy, one of the new players, setting up. Hope Your Pillow is Warm, but a great defensive play. One more shot, just wide of the net.
Now it's going to be up to one of the members of Team Pink to try and take it up the side here on the left, but Chrissy is going to disrupt that one with Yeezy elevating to try and keep it over those members of Team Pink. And it's now getting played off that sidewall by Chrissy. However, there's no one there for the follow-up. Spooky is going to try and take it away from two members of the orange side. Pickle will try and disrupt Chrissy, and it's just going back and forth between possessions here in the corner.
Well, great clear by DJ TJ, trying to set up a teammate. He'll launch it all the way down in the corner where Spooky is there. And he's going to try and pass it over to a teammate. That one ends up getting hit in the wrong direction, but a back pass to Yeezy and Chrissy. They're trying to get it clear. They're not able to find it. Pickle with a great opportunity. Here it comes. Me on switch, just not able to get there.
Yeezy is, however, now going to be able to take it past that midway strike. They just got one player to beat here in the goal. Everyone's still kind of coming in, but with the DJ TJ with the disruption manages to get help to Neon switch and get it to this midpoint here. Now Yeezy gets a shot in on goal. My apologies, Quez gets a shot on goal, but unfortunately it does get turned away.
DJ TJ trying to play it to himself. Pickle, the pass to DJ TJ just barely missed. One more miss. It's now a wide open net, but DJ TJ out of nowhere with a great save to keep us in a 2-1 game.
We've got Pickle trying to take that ball away from Spooky there in the air. Unfortunately, no one's really going to get a clean touch on the ball. It does end up in front of Pickle here in the corner with Yeezy trying to bump them away. Yeezy does get a nice touch on it, clearing it past that midway mark. Right in front of the goal. No one's there, and it goes in.
Fantastic goal there by Yeezy to tie this game up. And very aggressive play we saw from Team Pink there a handful of times, leaving their goal wide open as Hope Your Pillow is Warm wins the kickoff. DJ TJ right off the back of the net looking for a rebound. Great stop there. I think that was wasn't by Easy, but a great play nonetheless.
We've got Hope Your Pillow is Warm there with the rebound shot, managing to get it past that middle mark. DJ TJ's trying to corral it, however, and turn it back around. It is over here now on the blue side. Hope Your Pillow is Warm's trying to calculate where it's going to end up. Easy elevates to try and stop the ball, but it drops right in front of them into the net.
Fantastic goal by, I think that was DJ TJ. He's got two here trying to will his team to a victory. A little bit of a slower start than expected for Pink tonight, but this would be a huge win for them as Christie's going to clear it all the way down to the corner. Beyond Switch, who's also shown spectacular growth, going from Platinum to Champion in just a few months with the Esports Tower with a great clear there. He's got DJ TJ near midfield, dekes out Chrissy, though, at a final save at the last moment.
We do see a demolition come out as well, unfortunately, so the possession is going to get swapped over. Now we've got blue pushing up towards the orange side. Yeezy will elevate to try and knock the ball into the goal. Unfortunately, it's a little high. They're there for their own follow-up, though, and we are at a tie game.
We've seen so many close games so far. This is the Esports Tower All-Star Week. Names might be familiar, but the teams are not, as Hope Your Pillow is Warm nearly puts a shot on net to give him the lead in the last 50 seconds, setting it up for a teammate. Yeezy's there. Can't quite beat the three-man defense, though.
DJ manages to find that clear and has now just got one person to beat here at the corner. However, it does get turned away. Pickle's now trying to beat them to that ball. Off the wall, DJ's already retreated back towards the corner, managing to get it just knocked away far enough for one of their teammates back. Neon switch to help them out. Pickle will play it off that back wall, but all three members now for Team Green are rotating back towards their goals. DJ TJ attempts to play it off the wall.
Somebody looking for a game winner in regulation, nearly found it. Hope Your Pillow is Warm gets a great clear. It will play it around one. Oh, no! That's the two cross-map goals this game have Green in the lead with 17 seconds left.
Oh, man. Team Pink, it's okay.
Just a little bit too aggressive. Comes back down to those comms we talked about, but they still have a chance here to send us to overtime. 10 seconds left. Chrissy with a great clear, though. DJ TJ, who's been working on his aerial game, is going to need a great one here. Gets a chance for his team in the corner. He's just got to center it. No time on the clock, but a great save by Hope Your Pillow is Warm. And what a nail-biter of a game that one was.
It's okay, Team Pink. You did great. I'm satisfied with that.
So close. They just, unfortunately, a couple of over-aggressive plays. And like I said, it's just, I mean, the margin of error is so thin because all these teams are so talented as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
just what can you do?
You can't. There's nothing you could do because you look at the other side and you're like, what? These guys are all amazing. How are we going to be able to beat them? And like I said, the margins have been razor thin in almost all of our games. So we'll go to our next one, checking in with our round 5 matchup. Team Green on the blue side, taking on Team Red on the orange side. Team Red, like Team Pink, has been struggling a little bit. They've already lost to Teams Blue and Orange. They're trying to right the ship. Meanwhile, Team Green looking to shake things up in our bracket and lock in a spot with a win here. And this team of Yeezy, Chrissy, and Hope Your Pillow is Warm right now has the lead.
We do see Yeezy get a pass over to Chrissy here right in front of the goal, and they score one together. That was some beautiful teamwork right there coming from those two, with Hope Your Pillow was Warm in a position to make sure that there wasn't an open goal. Nicely done.
Yeah, Zondu, Turbo, and Jockstrot trying to keep their hopes alive. Turbo with a great chance.
Oh!
And, I mean, would you expect anything less than the goal leader for St. John's Bosco to put one in there for Turbo? I wouldn't.
Not at all. Honestly, I was like, that's way too flat to the goal. But time and time again, St. John's Bosco players prove us wrong all the time.
And he just got another one there, I think, for Turbo. There it is, 3 goals on 3 shots.
Woo!
He's trying to keep his team in it. We do skip ahead a little bit in the action. We do see that the team Green does have the lead once again. And we talk about it all the time with the ICCU Player of the Week. You know, we give one away to one player, but it's the whole team. I think Turbo is realizing that because he's doing everything he can. His team just can't quite keep pace with Team Green.
That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, these are all-star teams. I mean, that'll happen. Sometimes just the best player, does not always make the best team. As Turbo looks like he's going to try and clear it away, but that 6-3 lead will hold. And Team Green, I don't think if you looked at the teams and you had a chance to fill out your bracket, probably would have been picked, but they've made it to the bracket stage, and we're going to see who's joining them as we'll check in with Orange and Pink, our final matchup. Orange taking on Orange on the orange side, thankfully Pink on the blue side. Team Pink, they got off to a slow start, and they might be able to pull this one off as they're so close here to maybe trying to tie this game up. Oh, there it is.
Yes! Yes, DJ!
I mean, they're giving Orange team of all a run for their money. That Orange team has looked unstoppable. Final seconds of regulation here. Orange got a chance to win it. DJ TJ's just going to clear it away, though. We're headed to overtime.
Not gonna lie, when you're playing at this high level of gameplay, it's a game of mistakes. And so every mistake you make is one that just is blaring in your face. And so regardless of the outcome of this match, know that all of you are all-stars.
Orange has the best roster, but they've been in a couple of close games. DJ TJ nearly won it there for Team Pink. We hear Demolition come off. Renix now can't quite air dribble it into the net. Pickle, who plays for Hendricken, has been having some great rumbles recently now. Going to try and dribble it up near midfield. Here's Buddy, though. He's been a little more quiet on his all-star team from the highlights we've seen, trying to set up the game winner. There's Renix, but it's just wide of the net.
We do have Neon trying to take it up that side corner, but the follow-up from one of the orange players is going to manage to take it away. DJ will be there for the save on goal, but then the follow-up and their own follow-up yet again in overtime. That was, I believe, Buddy.
Yeah, it was Buddy. And
that
of course,
was beautiful.
Of course, who else would, I mean, on that team, Buddy has been probably, I would love to have seen the all-time goal scoring statistics for the Esports Tower, because we talked about Turbo being the leader for St. John's Bosco. We know Buddy is for Forsyth Central. Those guys have to be dueling for probably most goals in the Rumble, but fantastic play from Orange. Do you think there are favorites? I know you don't like to make calls. I'm not going to say you have to pick they're going to win. Do you think they're probably the favorite from what you've seen so far, though?
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie. I said at the beginning, those players are the ones that have consistently, even just with their goofy name changes, specifically, yes, looking at you, Buddy, playing on a toaster, and then asking both Fish and I to be your Valentine. Quite bold.
Yes,
I'm fine with
bold.
being on my phone, being a third wheel. Totally chill with that. Those players just across the board are fantastic at the game. They have good sportsmanship and great spirit, and honestly, in that regard, they are kind of my favorites listed. But other than Team Orange, Team Pink is my second favorite.
Well, here's our final group game of the night, Team Blue and Team Pink. Speaking of Buddy, his two teammates in this one, DJ, TJ, and KG, on opposite teams now. So even if they can't make it into the bracket, I know they want bragging rights over the other one next time they all play in a Rumble. So expect KG and DJ TJ to try and pop off as Quez there tries to take a shot on net, but it's turned away.
We do have Neon switched, popping the ball high in the air at the midfield, and then Pickle will hit it high as well with fall from Quez right at the goal, and no one's there to stop it from going right in.
That green team, though, they're sneaky good. Quez, Slayer, and KG, those are members from the Barracudas, St. John's Bosco, and Forsyth Central. That's another team you want to watch out for in the bracket stage. As we see now, Slayer can't quite make the save. Oh, that was so close. DJ, TJ trying to set one up for a teammate. There's no one there, unfortunately.
And it now is just going to get played up the side with a little bit of disruption. Looked like from DJ, manages to knock it into the midfield. We now have KG trying to play it off the wall to themselves. They played around one player, but then Neon switches there to just slow down the pace of that ball so one of their teammates can take it up to the corner, with KG trying to just knock the ball down onto the ground.
Oh, Slayer can't quite get it past DJ TJ, who's going to hear it into the corner. Got to make the play himself. Just can't quite get the touch on it. Quez barely plays it out of his range. Pickle just unfortunately not able to. Can Neon switch get the center? He spikes it down into the ground, but looks like KG is going to find the clear.
Now we've got DJ taking that ball away from KG, so KG's just going to bump around one of the members of Team Pink right there. Slayer will take it up that side wall, playing it past one member of the other team, and now the follow-up on goal is just going to get pinched away high back towards the midfield.
Well, great chance here for Team Pink, but turned away defensively. A great game so far for Team Blue. As we talked about, little to no practice for these teams. They're playing very clean in rotations. KG plays it around a member. He's got it in the corner, maybe looking for a centering pass. He's got Quez behind him, who plays that rebound perfectly. Unfortunately, just can't quite get a powerful enough shot, and Slayer's turned away as well.
We already have players rotating back, though, so despite not being on teams for too long with each other, the rotations are coming out now. They've had time to warm up. KG corrals the ball down into the corner with some help from Quez, who's now going to take it past the mid, but gets booped out of the way by DJ in the mid-air flight right there. It gets knocked down right in front of the goal by Quez, but thrown away by one of the members of Team Pink.
Slayer now going to try and take a shot from midfield. Not able to find it. Only a 1-0 lead right now for Team Blue. Trying to add to that as it's now on their side. Quez just going to clear this one away. Neon switch away now to the goal. Great bump by KG.
Oh!
What a play. What a play by KG. That was fantastic.
Didn't even need the demolition.
No. Oh, he didn't. That was just to push him out of the way, and you don't have to worry. As we see here, there's the demolition this time. No bump. Just all physical force. But now DJ TJ on the other side has a great chance. Just not able to make a play with it.
We have Quez trying to play the ball past that midfield, but Pickle will end up taking it away after reading it perfectly. Slayer takes it away from Pickle in the mid-air fight. However, DJ TJ also does that as well, dropping it right in front of Quez. However, the ball's still over here in front of Blue, with Orange maintaining a nice level of possession. It does get thrown away, however, eventually, and now with a little bit of help from one of their teammates, Team Blue manages to get possession here in the mid-air field. Oh, sorry, Team Orange gets possession here in the mid-air, but KG reads it perfectly, stopping it on the ground.
KG, oh, great pass to Quez. My goodness, that was fantastic. Unfortunately, it was a bit wide of the net. Slayer, though, he doesn't miss. We'll call that one intentional. Great team play there from Team Green, or Team Blue. One of those teams.
Blue-green. We'll call him blue-green.
Yeah, we'll call him Breen.
There we go. Team Green.
As we see here now, Team Pink, they're trying to rally for you, Nerdy, but unfortunately time is ticking down on them, and they've got a juggernaut in their face in Team Blue.
Yeah, as we said, what can you do? We have Slayer dropping the ball right in front of the goal right there with a follow from KG. It's going to get booped away, though, because there was just too many people for that ball to get bounced off of. Now one of the members of Team Pink's trying to take it up the midfield. However, they'll get disrupted a little bit with Quez now coming charging in. Managed to maintain a little bit of possession with the ball here now. Still in front of the orange goal. KG's trying to drop it down, but Pickle will have something else to say about that. Slayer follows it up, and DJ will manage to knock it past the midfield mark.
Oh, great save there. I believe that was by KG. Slayer going to pass it over. KG running into his foresight teammate, DJ TJ there. Slayer spikes it down, sets it up for a teammate. Pickle, though, able to make a great save. We're under a minute left.
DJ's trying to get this ball past a couple members of the other team. They manage to do it, but Quez comes charging in, taking that ball away, playing it high in the air to one of their teammates. But it does get saved right there from Neon Switch. Nicely done. It gets past that midfield mark, but the rotations have already come out from Team Blue, so they're taking it back towards the midfield mark as we speak.
Oh, great goal there. Keeping Team Pink alive. Pickle's able to put one on the board. 30 seconds left. Something crazy goes here on the kickoff, Nerdy. Your Team Pink might have a chance, and unfortunately the crazy stuff went in the wrong direction on the kickoff.
Oh, dang it. It's okay. KG, though, does get a nice shot over in front of the goal, but Pickle read it nicely and manages to save it. Quest will now take it up that back wall, trying to bring it down. However, Neon comes swooping in, getting a shot on goal, but Slayer reads it perfectly and gets a save with DJ elevating, trying to get possession of that ball.
Oh, great play there by Pickle. Neon Switch keeps it alive. In the corner, wide open net. They're going to kind of combine on a team hit there. Neon Switch gets credit. 6 seconds left. Anything's possible.
Come on, Team P.
Oh, Slayer wins the kickoff.
Dang.
Still chance, though. DJ TJ's going to carry it in. Gets it over one. Oh, huge clear by Quez. Clears it away. And we see now how our semifinals will set up. Team Green, led by Yeezy, advanced with a 4-1 record as our top seed. Following them with the 4-1 record of their own is Orange. So Green, actually, the #1 overall seed. Team Blue, led by Quez, and then Team Red by Turbo are the teams that are able to make it out this week. And this is a very, very stacked semifinals, and I cannot wait to see who is going to get it. So unfortunately, Team Pink not able to make it. I'm on Team Orange. Before we start the bracket, do you have any sort of feeling, I don't want to call it a prediction, anything you want to say, Nerdy, before we get to our semifinals on our All-Star Esports Tower?
I feel like our championship match is probably going to be Team Green versus Team Orange. Calling it now.
I like that. That is a very good call. Well, we will see. We're going to start with Green taking on Red. Who is going to be advancing to the finals? We will find out after this break.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
full broadcast here from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. As I mentioned, not a normal Rumble this week. It is All-Star Week. The team captains were handpicked by the coaches of the Esports Tower, and they have drafted the rest of the players on their team, and we are on to our semifinals. Our first game is going to be Team Green, led by Yeezy, taking on Team Red, led by Turbo Nerdy. And you picked Team Green as one of your teams to make it into those finals, and they look very dominant in our round-robin group stage. But my only concern, Turbo, all-time goal-scoring leader for St. John's Bosco. He has himself a solo game to remember, could will his team maybe into the finals. Maybe.
I'm not going to lie, Turbo, if they just had like maybe just a couple extra practice matches with their teams, which they could have found the time to do just that, you know, even just a couple of moments inside a practice round with their teammates to be like, hey, this is how you set up those really intense goals that you see my team doing all the time. Just pop it high for me, do X, Y, Z, allow, like, set this up so I can be here or someone else can be over here, and just make sure that if we call this, we're rotating back. Just a couple changes here and there, because as we said, at this level of gameplay, even though these guys haven't been together for very long at all, because they kind of just picked their teams this week and went with it, it's still a game of mistakes. So being able to just, you know, create your own plays within your team and making sure that you can do that time and time again successfully could be all they need to actually come out on top on this one. So yeah, I picked Team Green, but Team Red might have something to say about that.
Yeah, I think it's the classic. Green is probably overall, I think you would say, the better team in terms of skill level, but Red has, from what we've seen, maybe the best player. As Turbo, you could argue, has been our best player in the Rumbles. When you lead St. John's Bosco in goals, who, by the way, has never lost a real Rumble, we won't count this one against them because, you know, their players are scattered all over the place. They've never lost. They are 5 for 5. When their best player's on a team, that team is always a threat. So it is Team Green versus Team Red, our first semifinal here tonight of the Esports Tower All-Star Rumble. The group stage was absolutely wild. Even the teams that didn't make it out played incredibly close games, Nerdy, with everybody else. Just Team Pink being eliminated. They took Team Orange almost all the way to overtime. So these teams are very, very close as well.
I love you, Team Pink.
Maybe there's always next time, Nerdy. There's always. They didn't know, you know, when they got in that your hopes were riding on them as well.
Yeah.
Had they known that, I think they would have just blitzed everybody. Let's be honest. They would have won by 10 goals. But before we get into our first semifinal, we do have Doc's keys to the game. Play the shot and the rebound, disrupt the pathing of attackers, defend and attack boost, and rotate to the back post quickly. It's presented by the Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll be matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. We've already highlighted a pair of those players that have gone in quite drastic ranks up with Jockstrot and me on Switch, both making significant rank ups after joining the Esports Tower. So you want to check them out, esportstower.com. But enough of that. It's time for our first semifinal. Green, the #1 overall seed coming out of our round-robin group stage, looking to be able to make it to the finals. Yeezy, Spooky, and Chrissy taking on Jockstrot, Zondu, and Turbo here as we kick things off.
Now we have the nice colors on the field matching things up. We've got Yeezy getting the ball taken away from them by Jockstrap with a follow from Turbo. Ball drops right down in front of the goal, but it does get pushed away by Chrissy, forcing Yeezy to rotate back towards their goal. But it's not enough, so Chrissy will find that first goal.
I stole that one away, I think, from Yeezy a little bit, who is in great position. Just kind of bumps him out of the way and says, I'll take that myself, but I don't think Team Green cares in an early lead. This is a best of 3, though, so plenty of time for Team Red to come back, as we see here. Like I said, Turbo's the guy you're going to want to watch out for. Zondu and Jockstrap, though, very talented as well, as Yeezy wins that one cleanly. Nearly sets himself up for another goal and ends up clearing the ball in the wrong direction.
Turbo will elevate, knocking the ball right over in front of the green goal, but it gets read perfectly by Chrissy. He manages to get it over into the corner. Turbo will go up that sidewall with a follow-up from Yondu to find that first goal.
Fantastic setup here from Turbo. We talk about how often St. John's Bosco plays in the air. He just sets that perfectly. Zondu comes charging in. And just like that, we have ourselves a 1-1 game. We'll see if either team's able to make a play here on this kickoff. As we see, Yeezy barely wins it over Jockstrot. Pair of Esports Tower players running into each other. Zondu can't quite get it to keep it alive. Turbo going to clear it towards that corner, but it is going to get stolen away by Spooky. As we see now, Chrissy barely gets it over the head. Yeezy takes a shot. Oh, stopped by Jockstrot. Perfect save.
Yeezy did try to come swooping back in to get that redirect, but Zondu still has possession of that ball. A little bit of disruption and a little double commit coming out from Turbo as well. Turbo will elevate off that side while managing to drop it down right in front of the green goal. However, it does get read perfectly by Spooky. No longer with that Hope Your Pillow is warm name. That was kind of mean, not gonna lie. I don't like warm pillows. Managing to get the ball past that center field mark. Now Chrissy's gotten an eye on that ball. Spooky's gonna try and play it off the back wall. And with multiple members of Team Red trying to get a touch on the ball, Spooky ultimately does manage to get a nice touch.
Well, Chrissy with a nice clear. Zondu barely stops that one. Turbo to try and take a shot on the net. Demo off screen. Oh, huge save by Spooky at the last moment to keep us in a tie game.
We do have one member of Team Green elevating, but the ball gets knocked right in front of Zondu right there. One member, it looks like Spooky, will manage to drop the ball right down in front of the midfield. Jox is waiting for them on the ground. Yeezy will elevate as well, but it's going to get sent over onto the back red wall. They follow up their own shot, but it does go a little bit wide with no follow-up from one of their teammates, and now it is rotating back towards the green goal. Jockstrap with the help from Yeezy managing to get a shot on goal from help from Turbo, but it won't be enough as Chrissy manages to turn it away back towards the other goal. And another goal is scored. I'm not gonna lie, that was a completely open goal, and if you look at Team Red's logo, it's an imposter. Is there an imposter among Team Red right now?
There might be. That was insane as well on the other side. That ball bounced all over the place. I thought that Turbo had an easy goal, and that ball, as you see, he has 5 shots on his own, so he can easily get one back. So we see Zondu trying to set him up. He won last week's Rumble with Hendricken and now trying to win another one. Turbo, perfect shot.
That was beautiful.
They even listen to Doc's keys. There's someone on that back post. It just does not matter when Turbo's taking shots like that.
Dang.
Yeah, Spooky was there. Spooky played that perfectly, and Turbo still scored.
Spooky, you did good.
It's just absolutely insane. As we see here, Zondu's going to win that kickoff, try and set up Jockstrap, who steals that away. He's a little bit slow to that ball. Chrissy, though, rattles it around the corner. Turbo steals it. Oh, just barely misses what would have been another insane goal.
Spooky gets a demo out onto Jox, and the ball ends up in front of Yeezy, but Turbo manages to knock it back off that back wall. High in the air, and Zondu's there to help them out. However, Spooky comes swooping in, dropping the ball right in front of Turbo, who redirects it at the midfield with a little follow-up from Chrissy, managing to get the ball knocked just to the left of the green goal.
Zondu with a great chance here. Chrissy barely stops it. Yeezy can't quite steal it away from Turbo. He will get bumped around, though, taken out of the play. Zondu and Yeezy both going to go for it. Zondu barely pops it up in the air. Turbo waiting for his time to strike. Finds it with a great pass to Jockstrap. He saw the open net, but knew his teammate had a better angle, and that is an insane play from Turbo.
Yes, that was beautiful. Great teamwork, too.
Yeah, just the awareness to know, wait, I have a decently hard shot. Let me just set up Jockstrap for the easy one to give my team the lead. Insane from Turbo, who's never lost a Rumble, by the way. So he probably wants to keep that streak alive as him and his team look for one more goal, but Spooky's going to clear it down as Team Green looks to tie this one up.
Spooky gets a shot in on goal, but Turbo manages to find the save right at the crossbar. It might have not even gone in had they not been there regardless. It does get redirected, though, so it's still here at the midfield, but Jockstrap trying to take the ball away from one of the members of the green team. It does drop in front of Turbo with Yeezy trying to battle it out for possession of that ball. It's still in front of this red goal, and Jox manages to play it off that wall to himself.
Josh trying to pass it back. Spooky going to steal that one away. Turbo plays it around one. Yeezy waiting, but Turbo outplays him as well. In the corner, all alone. Turbo trying to set up Zondu. Can't quite get it. Jockstrap shot barely to the left of the net.
Got Turbo coming in, but it gets knocked high in the air by one of the members of the green team, but that doesn't matter with the follow-up right there from Jox getting that goal in.
Yeah, Red Team had a rough group stage, but that must have been the wake-up card. Maybe they were just taking those as the practice rounds because they have looked insane in Game 1 of these semifinals. Meanwhile, Green, they blitzed through the round. They even beat Team Red in our round-robin group stage. Right now, they're struggling a little bit here, down 4-2. Just over a minute left. Yeezy's going to try and get his team one back with Zondu with a great save. Chrissy, one more attempt, can't quite find it. And Turbo's going to keep that ball away from Spooky.
Spooky tried to get a touch on it. It wasn't enough. Yeezy does manage to get the redirect over to Spooky here, still off the wall. They play it to the midfield. However, Jockstrap reads it perfectly, playing it off the wall to themselves. Spooky still trying to get some disruption off that ball, but it's not enough. Chrissy does manage to pop it high a little bit with some fallout from Spooky. It now is over on the red side, but Turbo read that one perfectly, now able to take it up that side wall.
Oh, Yeezy setting his team up. Not quite able to get it. Can Chrissy play the rebound to Spooky? No, they've got to be careful not to allow one in. Cross map, and they're going to go back on the defense, but time's starting to tick down. 30 seconds left. Turbo charging in. Can't quite beat Spooky to the ball, though, but Zondu's just going to hit him out of the way. Great play there.
Chrissy does manage to get a nice high pop in front of the red goal, but Turbo comes flying in, sending it towards the midfield. Jockstrap elevates to try and touch it high in the air. It drops almost right in front of the goal, but Spooky redirects it over into the corner. Oh, thank goodness.
10 seconds left. Time looks like it's not on the side of Team Green. They're trying to at least get one back here. Spooky racing down. Turbo just playing keep away. Yeezy wants to challenge him. Not going to be able to find it. Turbo just going to pinch that one off the wall. They'll let it touch the ground. And Team Red, with maybe the shocking upset, goes up 1-0 in this best-of-3 series.
Yeah, I was about to say, hey, it might be the first win, but thankfully it's not just best of one. It is best of 3, so Team Green still has a chance to bring it back. And me be able to say I didn't completely cast or curse everything.
If Red wins, there will be no more predictions. That word will just be banned when you're on the casting desk, because you've not had the best luck, Nerdy, in these esports rumbles with your predictions.
No, and I'm so sorry, Team Pink. You can fully blame that one on me. I
baited you into that one. I baited you into that one. I was trying to get something. I didn't think your powers were that strong, but we will see. I mean, this Team Red, again, maybe the best individual player. Turbo is the goal leader for St. John's Bosco, never lost a rumble. Been told the Esports Tower coaching staff compares him to Arsenal from Space Station Gaming, where he's very patient, highly mechanical, waits for his perfect moment to make a play. And it's not always the goal. It's the perfect. That assist to Jockstrap was just fantastic, by the way. That is a great goal to show to anyone. To be like, hey, look for your teammates, because sometimes you don't always have the best play. So that was a fantastic goal from Turbo. And right now he's kind of helping his team, and they put on a great show in that game 1.
Turbo actually got the Playmaker award during that last goal as well. So, I mean, yeah, they are a well-rounded Rocket League player, and especially a team player. That's something that's very important that a lot of people forget about here in esports, is playing to your strengths of your teammates as well.
Well, we'll see if the green team of Yeezy, Spooky, and Chrissy is able to rally here to force us to a game 3. If red team behind Turbo can get the upset, as Chrissy's going to get the demo on the Jockstrap, that's going to open up the net. Zondu's got to be careful. He's going to retreat in time. He'll just clear this one away. Does have enough boost to maybe redirect it on the net.
Woo!
Oh, passes it over to Turbo off the back wall, but there's no follow-up. Now Spooky in a one-on-one. Can't quite get the goal.
We do see a demo off screen from Chrissy onto Turbo right there, so now it is a 3v2 for a couple seconds. They've already respawned. Jockstrap's trying to play that ball into the midfield, but Yeezy got the kind of disruption and redirect right there, keeping it over here on the side of red.
Ooh, Yeezy trying to take a shot, not able to find it. Turbo there in the corner. Oh, plays that one perfectly. He's in a 1-on-2 though, so he'll just kind of launch it down and bail out. Zondu tried to pass it back over to him, ends up right in his hood. Jockstrap with the shot, just wide. Turbo follow-up, just above the net.
Now it's kind of dead in the water here. Chrissy's trying to beat over a couple people to that ball. We do have one member of red elevating, knocking it right over to Spooky. However, Turbo's now got to corral this ball away from Spooky here in the corner. They're going to do that by playing it up off that back wall. Always a little bit of a risky play, as we do see Chrissy come swooping in trying to get possession of the ball, but Zondu ultimately will keep possession here on the side.
Zondu going to have that one stopped at midfield by Spooky. Turbo now going to try and dribble it up. He's the man you got to watch out for. He's going to have enough boost to try and redirect his shot, but a great stop there. I think it was by Yeezy to force him to bail out, as Jockstrap now possesses it in the corner. Going to let that one drop right in Zondu's lap, but just off the post.
Oh, that was too close for comfort. Chrissy does manage to get the redirect there, but it does get bounced into Turbo, who plays it off that back wall with a little bit of follow, but it's not enough. It's a little too wide of the net. Turbo's still going after the ball. Chrissy manages to get it cleared off that back wall. Jockstrap's there for the follow-up. Spooky's there for the save, however, and now Chrissy's trying to elevate to get a nice clean clear here over here, but it ends up right in front of Zondu with a little bit of help from Turbo.
Turbo maybe trying to do a bit too much right now, as he just, as he said, drove through his teammate. Now Zondu's going to have this one in the corner, looking to make a play. Can't keep it away from Yeezy, though. Sets it up in front of the net for Turbo. It's a fantastic stop there. Zondu's going to try and redirect it. Couple of double commits starting to come out here from Team Red as this game's going further and further.
You got Turbo trying to corral the ball down here in the corner, but there's a lot of members of Team Green are hot on their tires right now. Chrissy will play it off that corner. Yeezy's right there. Chrissy will get a demolition out on Turbo, but Jockstrap now manages to get a nice centering shot over to Zondu, but it ends up a little bit wide into the corner with a redirect also coming out from Spooky. Now Jockstrap's got possession of the ball right now with no one on them, so Yeezy comes barreling in, managing to pop the ball over onto the red side.
Yeezy barely pops that one up in the air. Spooky going to try and set it up, but a demolition onto Yeezy will take a member out of the play. Jockstrap now going to bang it all the way to the other side. Double demolition comes out, so it's a 2-on-2 for a brief moment. Zondu takes a shot. Turbo trying to redirect it, but a great stop there by Yeezy. And still tied with 2 minutes left as Jockstrap's final attempt is turned away.
Ball's still here at the mid with Jockstrap still maintaining a little bit of control over it. Chrissy comes flying in, managing to play the ball off the wall to themselves. Now they've just got one player to beat. It's Turbo, unfortunately, who gets that save. We do see Yeezy popping the ball right in front of the goal with no follow-up, unfortunately, so it will not go in. Jockstrap's now trying to corral the ball down here in the corner. Yeezy's going to play it off that side wall, but then would Zondu come flying in, they will not manage to maintain possession as the ball ends up with Jockstrap.
Oh, Chrissy steals it away. Spooky now in the corner. We'll get a long clear towards midfield. Easy with the assist. They bump Zondu out of the way, but Turbo in a great spot there. Less than 90 seconds left. Nobody's giving it in. Only 4 shots all game. Excuse me, 3 shots taken all game as Spooky tries to corral this one in the corner. Gets it around Zondu, sets it up. Turbo stops it right in front of the red net.
Oh no!
They barely get a clear.
We've got Chrissy now trying to play it off the wall to one of their teammates. Hopefully they're right there. Yes! Spooky there with the follow-up, and Team Green finally finds a goal. There's still a minute remaining though, and odds are, with the way that this has been going, we're gonna see an equalizer goal, and this may even go into overtime.
Took a while for Team Green to break through. That ball was on the red side for a few minutes, it felt like. We'll see what Red can do in this last minute. Turbo can't win the kickoff as Spooky's trying to give his team one more. Now he will find it. Zondu's raced it down. Turbo, not enough boost, and just 1 minute left. And Yeezy gets one stop. Probably have to stop a couple more, though.
All right, Team Green, here's the strat. Just play keep away.
Hard to do in Rocket League. A lot harder than it is in soccer. That is for sure.
I totally understand, but I have faith as we see Yeezy manages to get a nice shot on goal, but it's just going to be a little bit too high, and there's no follow-up. Chrissy's now running back towards their own goal, as we do see Turbo's right there, but the demolition from Spooky onto Yondu is going to turn that into a 3v2, so the offensive push is going to have to slow down a little bit with a nice clearing shot, but Zondu respawning after that demo will manage to keep the ball alive. However, it's still here on the red side. Jockstrap gets a nice save there from the shot from Spooky.
Chrissy has to bail off. She's got to be careful. Can't be too aggressive. Right in front of the net.
Yes, Yeezy!
Yeezy probably guarantees us a game 3 here. This ball just gets around Jockstrap, and a great play by Yeezy right around Turbo. Actually, almost everyone there for Team Red, and we look like we're going to a game 3.
Team Red, nothing against you. I just don't want to say that I cast her curse to everybody in this tournament.
Well, you still got 5 more minutes to hope for, as we see this game will end with Green winning, as that was probably the last shot for some miracle of Team Red to win, as time will tick down. See if they're even able to get a single goal. Spooky carrying it in.
Spooky.
Oh, what a save!
Oh, that was so close.
And Green is the winner, and we will go on to a game 3 to determine who will be one of our teams in the final for this week's All-Star Esports Tower Rumble.
Thank goodness. At least, even if Green doesn't come out on top of this one, I can say that it wasn't just completely my fault, because they did bring it back pretty good in that last one. So
you basically said, no longer my fault if you lose. It's,
it's
on you. It's on you, Team Green. Well, we'll see if they can now deal with that burden, or if Team Red can pull off the upset of the tournament, if you will, because Team Red had a very rough group stage. Meanwhile, Team Green's the #1 overall seed, but Turbo and friends have come alive, and that was a very defensive game. By the way, Turbo has won every single Rumble he's been in. He plays for St. John's Bosco. He is their goal leader. So there's a lot on the line for him personally. We also have Zondu, who played for Hendricken and won last week's Rumble with that team. So a couple of recent champs for Team Red, trying to maybe correct a group stage, maybe just probably filled with practice more than anything else. They look pretty strong in these 2 semifinal games.
I'm not saying anything anymore about how I feel any of these matches are going to go. Just that was a great game 2. However, this is the decider. It's back to 0-0. So hopefully it's just as exciting as that last one, and we don't see any easy goals happening.
We'll kick off game 3. Somebody's going to the championship. Somebody's going to reunite with their old teammates. As we see Turbo with a great chance, and he starts the scoring off with a fantastic goal.
With a great assist there from Zondu. Team Green, you should know, this is Turbo. This is St. John's Bosco. You don't let the ball stay in the air too long.
Yeah, you let that ball in the air with Turbo, it is going to go in the back of the net. There is no doubt about it. It's this kickoff. Kind of tied up. Jockstrap will win that one, and Turbo now with another chance.
Playing it off that wall to one of their teammates. Looks like they tried to get it to Zondu, but Yeezy read it perfectly. Now managing to take it over onto the side of Red. Chrissy did get a demo out onto Turbo, but even with that man down, Jock still manages to get across that center stripe. Now Turbo's forced to retreat back here in the corner. Now trying to elevate, playing it into the green goal. They've got one player to beat, but a pinch off from a couple different players there manages to keep the ball alive here at the midfield, with Zondu making a great save in front of their goal.
Zondu has to drive away as Chrissy in pursuit. Now Jockstrot looking to roll this one to a teammate. Passes it over to Turbo, but intercepted by Yeezy. Zondu and Yeezy will run into each other. Chrissy takes a shot and sneaks it in to tie our game up at 1 aside.
I'm not gonna lie, Chrissy's gunning for that demolition expert title, I think. They've gotten a lot of demos thus far. Across the board in the games that we've seen Chrissy's name pop up time and time again when they're on the field.
Yeah, I can imagine Ariana, the one player for Forsyth we haven't seen, they're probably like, hey, you want to participate in the All-Star event, but you can't demo anyone because this is an All-Star event. And they're like, no. And they're like, okay, okay, we'll contact you next week.
Yep.
No, everyone wants to see goals in All-Star events. You know, you want to see home runs, you want to see a lot of points, you don't want to see demos because that's no fun. But it is kind of fun.
Maybe in the organizer's opinion, demos aren't fun, but in my opinion, they're some of the best parts.
For All-Star games, you could rack up the demos because you wouldn't have the cops be like, hey, he's behind you. Be like, oh, yeah, I got demoed by Ariana. Again. Speaking of demos, there's one from Chrissy. They are filling that role quite nicely. Is Spooky in the corner looking for a clear? Ooh, barely able to get one, but he left it open for Jockstrot.
Yikes. It looked like one member of green was almost there. Yeah, it was Yeezy swooping in, just not there. Just not enough speed. Not enough, and barely missed it by an inch. It's okay, Yeezy, I feel for you. But it's only a 1-goal differential here. You can still bring it back.
Yeah, plenty of time. I also saw Chrissy flying across. Maybe was going for either a bump or a demo. Couldn't quite tell. We see Yeezy now in the corner. This time he'll get a great clear, but Turbo just launches it back. Pinballs off of Chrissy, and Turbo, I want to see this again because Yeezy just gets what should be a great clear. Turbo just camping that ball. What a play for Turbo.
Yeezy, keep it away from Turbo. If you see Turbo, don't clear it in that direction. Just don't even risk it.
He's been all over the place, though. That's the hard part. He has almost infinite boost.
That's fair.
At times. It feels like, at least.
We did see Chrissy win that one, but Turbo came swooping in and got nice possession over that ball. So now it's still here on the green side. Zondu's going to try and corral it here down in the corner. Turbo ultimately comes swooping in with some help from Jocks. It will get cleared away, however, by Yeezy. So now it's on the side of red. Zondu's forced to chase his ball up that back wall.
Zondu going to try and clear it. Every member of the green team with plenty of boost to defend this ball as Christy gets a fantastic save there. Yeezy's going to try and take a shot. Zondu barely tips it. No, actually, looks like Jockstrot got the hood on that one. Turbo passing it over to Jockstrot, who pops it up in the air. Turbo off the roof of Spooky, nearly pushes that one home, but it's able to be defended. There's 2.5 minutes left.
It gets past that center field mark with a boop up from Yeezy, however, does get saved by Jocks and help from one of their other teammates. We've got Turbo Yeezy now trying to chase this ball down here on the side of green. They've got one player to beat, but Yeezy with the pinch off from one of their teammates will manage to maintain a little possession. Jockstrot comes swooping in and boops him away, however, with Chrissy playing it off the wall to one of their teammates.
Spooky gonna clear it. Looks like to themselves. Christy with the follow-up. Neither of them able to stop Zondu, though, from clearing it all the way down into the corner. Turbo waiting for his opportunity. Not able to find it, though, as that ball gets cleared past him. He'll keep it alive at the midfield stripe before Spooky jukes it into the corner. Nearly has a shot himself, but Turbo with a fantastic clear.
Oh, the ball is now over on the side of green with Jocks trying to come in and play it off that back wall to themselves. They're just with the follow-up from Turbo.
Wow.
Turbo getting their hat trick. That I'm not gonna lie, Jocks, there was not enough speed off that ball for it to really bounce off your car into the goal, but you set up Turbo perfectly.
Yeah, fantastic team play. Hard to think that Red is an all-star team. From what we've seen in the semifinal, they look coordinated as ever. And they right now have a 4-1 lead with just under 2 minutes left. Jockstrot trying to add to that lead. Spooky will stop him. Turbo, one more attempt here. Not quite able to find it. Zondu cheating to keep it alive, but Team Green needs more shots than saves right now with a 3-goal deficit.
We do see that we've got Chrissy managing to take the ball away here down in the corner, trying to get it past that midfield mark, but unfortunately Zondu taking it away and getting a shot on goal, and it will roll right in.
Just great play there by Zondu, just camping that midfield stripe. Spooky just barely missing on that one. And it does look like Red trending towards that championship appearance to keep Turbo's personal streak alive. But there's still a minute and a half left is off the kickoff. Ball really doesn't go in either direction. Turbo trying to add one more to his tally. Plays it off the backboard. Zondu can't quite hit it in. Is there one more follow-up? Zondu!
No way, no way. Okay, thank goodness.
Great save there from Chrissy and Yeezy.
We've got Jocks trying to calculate where that ball is going to land. Unfortunately, they will get booped around too much in order for them to stay right underneath it. Jockstrot will get the clear away from the goal. However, there's still a lot of pressure here onto Turbo, but now it's getting shot onto an open net. All three members of Team Green are now down here as we've got 1 minute remaining as Yeezy's trying to calculate where this ball is going to land.
Turbo just drives barely underneath that one. Ball ends up getting cleared all the way down to that red side. Unfortunately, 4 goals in 47 seconds would be quite the historic effort. We've seen it before, but time is ticking down, and unfortunately Team Green is not having possession of the ball long enough to be able to get shots on goal.
Yeah, I'm just, Team Orange, please don't drop out.
Yeah, if Team Orange drops out, the players might rally against you, Nerdy.
Yeah, and I would fully accept that. I would understand. You could just say I'm like the crow from Ruby of Esports Tower casting.
Well, great save there in the final seconds. In the long run, it will not matter, though. Team Red will be victorious here. No 4-point shot in Rocket League, no matter where you take it from on the field. So as time ticks down, as Team Red struggle in the group stage, the great final goal.
Oh, Turbo with the double on Yeezy to allow that goal even. That was beautiful.
Wow.
Holy cow, that was just, that is one of those, take a screenshot of that, turn up the replay to maximum quality and take a screenshot. That was beautiful.
That was a fantastic angle, because in real time I couldn't tell. It's like the ball just kind of appeared out of the smoke and headed into the goal. Team Red very coordinated. Maybe they did a little bit of quick practicing before the semifinal started, but they will await the winner of our other match, Teams Blue taking on Team Orange. But whoever wins has got to be careful, because Team Red has come alive, and they took down the #1 seed Team Green in our upset so far of the tournament. Well, you know, Nerdy, you can only get so far going at it alone. If you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. We've heard about both Jockstrot and me on Switch, who have joined the Esports Tower and have gone quite far up in the overall Rocket League rankings. Esports Tower really takes time to create teams of well-matched players. I'd like to give a shout out to Coach Jake and really all of the coaches who assembled these all-star teams, because they have been fantastic tonight. And if you're watching and haven't checked out Esports Tower clubs, you should. It is the fast track to rank up. Team Red now in the finals. They will await the winners of Team Orange taking on Team Blue. Orange with the pressure of both myself and Nerdy, who have both picked them to make the finals. So we really might not be allowed back if they get beat by Team Blue. But that Orange team, that roster is...
Buddy, please.
Buddy, Renix, Sunky, I mean, those guys
Please,
are all
guys.
insane. Like I said, probably the individually most talented team in this Rumble. We will have to find out after the break. But that team, if they lose, you and I might not be pulled before we even get to the championship game.
Yeah, Team Blue, nothing against you guys. I'm just trying to prove that I am not just an absolute bad luck charm with all of my calls here. And so just know it's nothing against you. I just really don't want to say I cast or cursed every single one of these calls I've made thus far.
Well, is Nerdy the ultimate bad luck charm? Or is there at least some good somewhere in terms of picking teams? We'll find out. It's Orange and Blue. Somebody's going to the championship. Find out next.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
welcome back in to this Esports Tower Rumble All-Star Week, broadcasting here from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We just saw Turbo and Team Red advance to our finals, an upset over Team Green, and we're going to figure out who is going to be joining them. Custom colors, but it's pretty simple when it's blue and orange, Nerdy. You don't have to do much in terms of the Rocket League colors. We'll see. Renix and Team Orange, probably the loaded roster, taking on Quez and Team Blue here. Both teams looking for a shot at another championship, though.
I can't retract my comment of hoping to see Team Orange in the finals. I mean, Red kind of already disrupted my orange and green being in the finals. Still sticking with Orange. Blue, nothing against you. Now I have to stick to my guns, and I am praying that I did not curse Team Orange. But if I did, y'all can come after me in the chat room as much as you want. You can change your names and say, don't cast or curse me, please, Nerdy, things like that. It's okay. I will fully understand and accept responsibility. But you actually still have to try, okay?
Well, it is a little bit different this week, not the normal Esports Tower rules. 5 captains selected by the coaches of the Esports Tower. They then drafted the rest of the teams. The group play was a best-of-1 round robin between the 5 all-star teams. The semifinals, best of 3, and the finals this week will also just be a best-of-3. We know Team Red is going to be there. Who is going to be joining them will be the question. Will it be Team Orange or will it be Team Blue? Team Orange has the talented players, but sometimes the better team, as we saw with Team Green, the #1 overall seed, does not always win. And we'll find out now. But Orange, Renix, Buddy, Sunky, all very, very talented. Cannot wait to see what they do. And it's going to be interesting because the one thing I will say that maybe could be Orange's downfall, Nerdy, Renix and Buddy are goal scorers. Sometimes when you have 2 goal scorers, it's like having 2 chefs in the kitchen. And there's too much done on the same dish, and it ends up being oversalted.
There's too many cooks in the kitchen.
So that is the one thing I want to watch out for Team Orange, is if Renix and Buddy are able to mesh together. Sunky is a very talented player on a team we have not seen him enough of in Grayson, as we see that ball cleared all the way down. There's Renix. Oh! He'll get on the board first, and Orange has the lead.
And there was even an assist from Sunky. We've said this before here within regards to our own Bronco teams, that it's okay to have those playmakers, but it also is important to have that one player that is good to help just blend the play styles of your team together and solidify everything. And there's a possibility that for Team Orange, they have that in the form of Sunky here.
Oh, Renix with another great shot. I mean, this blue team, though, do not underestimate them. Slayer from St. John's Bosco, Quez from the Barracudas, and KG222, who's always changing his name, from Forsyth Central as well. So these are stacked rosters on both sides. One of those you kind of almost wish this was the championship, is blue. Nearly clears it down. Slayer just stopped that midfield. Buddy taking a shot. Gonna be stopped, though. Quez can't find the clear. And now Buddy's looking for a recenter, but that one should be pushed away, and it will.
We do have Slayer trying to beat Renix here to the ball. It does get shot down into the corner with Quez, ultimately ending up with possession and a nice save in front of the goal. Buddy comes swooping in, trying to get the ball away from KG, but between the two of them, it gets popped in the mid with over to Yeezy. Renix will elevate to, over to Quez. Renix will elevate and try and save it, and ultimately manages to do just that. Sunky will elevate in front of their own goal, missing it, but it drops right down in front of Renix, so now Renix trying to take it up the side.
Renix got Buddy near midfield. They combine for a great shot, but Slayer with an even better save. Quez now trying to air dribble it out, can't keep possession. Sunky gonna take a shot off the back wall, pushes a member out of the way, but KG makes a fantastic stop on Renix to keep this in a 1-0 game.
Buddy gets a nice shot on goal. It's a little bit too high, that crossbar. KG's been counseling about that before. They know the pain. The follow-up there from Sunky will bring it right in front of the blue goal. The follow-up from Buddy will just be hit a little bit too high, knocking that crossbar again. Quezel manages to get the clear here into the corner, bumping away Renix from that ball, with Slayer now trying to take it up through the air.
Buddy not quite able to find the shot on goal. Renix charging in. They're going to go with the back pass there to Renix, but unfortunately I don't think Buddy got down in time, and the ball bounced off his spoiler. And that changed the trajectory of the shot, as Buddy's going to give it one more attempt. Slayer with the clear, though. They got to be careful, and Renix makes a great stop on that one.
Renix is now trying to take this ball up that side wall, playing it past one member of Team Blue. Quez unfortunately miscalculates and misses that ball as well. It does still end up getting cleared a little bit away. Buddy will redirect it right in front of the goal. Slayer will read it, though, sending it against the wall, playing it to themselves up to the midfield.
Renix with a pass over to Sunky, ends up just bailing out of the way to allow Renix to carry it down. AG looking for a clear, can't quite get it around a couple of members. Slayer, though, will just slam it down into the corner, at least give Team Blue some breathing room, and then it gets just volleyball right back in front of the blue net.
Quez reads it perfectly, though, and manages to play it off the wall to themselves here to the midfield. They've just got 2 players to be on the side of Orange. They've now just got 1. It drops down right in front of the goal. There's not enough follow-up. There is actually in the form of KG, and we have a tied game, I think, with just a little over 2 minutes remaining in this first match.
Ball hanging out there for a while. I think about 2:20 on the clock. We'll see here in just a moment. Maybe actually, well, it looks like our kickoff counter might be a bit bugged. The time will go back up after the kickoff happens there. Yeah, but just over 2 minutes, like you said, Nerdy. And this has been a very back and forth game between these two teams so far.
Very evenly balanced, even though these guys have not had a lot of time together. That just shows the skill and prowess of all of these players involved. We do see Buddy get a nice shot on goal, but it's going to get cleared away by Quez. Buddy's still maintaining possession here, however, trying to take it back towards the goal. However, it does get whipped away from them. Renix tries to elevate, but misreads it on that ball, with Buddy trying to swooping in to send it over to the side wall.
Buddy's going to try and carry that one in himself. Gets turned away by Buddy. KG wants to keep the pressure on. And Renix looks like he's just going to carry this one. Gets it around Slayer. Renix now looking to set up a teammate. Gets demoed, though, by Slayer in that corner. Sunky is there, but he just goes over the ball. Buddy, one last attempt. He'll recenter it up. But off that demo, there's no one in rotation. They'll clear it all the way down to Klez, who's waiting. But that shot's a bit high, and there's no rebound.
We've got Renix now playing it off that back wall, having to play it over Slayer. They managed to do just that. They now got to beat KG with this ball. It gets ball high into the air. However, Sunky's right in front of the goal for the follow-up. And with the assist from Renix, that brings Team Orange up by 1.
A great play here from Renix. Set his team up, and Sunky in great position. And all of this is happening while Buddy has had maybe one of his quietest games in the Esports Tower. Just imagine if he gets going, how the score could change. But Blue has an opportunity here. Slayer can't quite get it past Buddy. There he is, right on cue. Going to send it over to Renix, and they're going to combine for a shot on goal, but it's just wide of the net.
We've now got Quez trying to take the ball past that midfield. They managed to do just that, but they get a wide shot on the goal, allowing Sunky to get a nice touch onto it. Slayer will elevate, trying to get possession. They will not manage to do it. However, with the follow from Quez playing it off that back wall to each other, they do get a little bit of control over the ball, with Buddy now getting a demolition out onto Quez.
Another demolition coming out here. That's going to allow Buddy in a one-on-one. Gets it around 1. Quez tries to make a play. Renix charging in.
Renix.
Oh, huge save. One more attempt for Buddy. Oh, just up the crossbar.
And now we've got Slayer managing to get the clear past that center field mark. Rennick reads it perfectly, though, and they pinch it. It's going to be popped high into the air. Quez still has possession of it here over on the side of Orange, though, in the corner, with Slayer now trying to corral the ball away from Renix. There's 2 players of Orange down on the ground, with Quez trying to get a shot on goal. It is going to be bounced off by that back wall, however, and Slayer will unfortunately lose their shot on goal.
Quez can't quite find it. 5 seconds left. Team Orange trying to hold on in the last waning moments. Huge save by Sunky. One last chance here for Slayer. He's got to play it off the wall, keep it off the ground, and Rennick's just going to launch it to the other side. And Team Orange looks like they're going to be able to hold on. Actually, never mind. KG and Slayer combining. No, Slayer missed on it. So close for Blue for one last chance. But Orange is going to be able to pick up that Game 1 victory on the back of fantastic team play from Rennick, Sunky, and Buddy.
I'm not going to lie. You were saying that Buddy was having quite the quiet game. Maybe it's because they're just they need to go to couples counseling with the crossbar. I mean, KG already did it, and they seem to have sorted most of it out. They have a couple hiccups here and there. But, Buddy, that crossbar really didn't seem to like you this evening.
Yeah, Buddy has not had the traditional performance, but I mean, again, when you have someone like Renix who can do almost the same thing. By the way, Renix competing in the Intel World Open, essentially the open qualifier for the Olympics. I mean, that is how talented he is. Buddy, on the other hand, I mean, he is no stranger to success. He's seen a lot of great growth on TikTok and Twitch and making big strides as a content creator as well. Both have fantastic games in Rocket League, and sometimes they just are almost mirror images of each other, and that's kind of where you might see them slack off because they no longer have to carry the burden of scoring like you're used to seeing.
That's okay. Just, make sure you're rotating towards the back post quickly so that there isn't a hole left in your defense. Because when you have 2 massive playmakers and you have that one person who's really good at making those assists, which is right now it's Sunky because they've been helping both of you out quite a bit, you got to make sure that you don't let your rotations fall apart. Yeah,
Sunky, who played for Grayson this season in our Rumbles, improved every week with the help of his coach, a familiar name, Spooky, helping out Sunky. So fantastic effort from him, and Sunky has been that, he's that solid glue guy that every team of All-Stars needs. You do everything good you get overshadowed, but he's done everything fantastic for Orange, and that's why they're in this lead. His buddy pops it up, gonna pass it over to Sunky, just misses on it, but Renix is there, and Renix with the ball is always a scary thought, but Slayer with a great save.
Renix still is maintaining possession, though, as we do see KG get a demo out onto Sunky. So with that, they are down one player for a couple of seconds. Buddy's going to elevate, try to take the ball away from Quez. They managed to do that with Slayer now trying to get that ball in the air, but they will miss it, allowing Buddy to get another shot here in the midfield, but KG will redirect it towards the orange goal.
Renix going to clear it. He's got Buddy on the right side. Perfect play, but KG makes a huge save. He knew his teammate at Forsyth Central, I'm sure, was going to take that shot, and he stuffs Buddy's attempt at the first goal of game number 2 as Renix tries to keep it alive in front of the net. Sunky can't quite get a shot. Renix one more chance, waiting for somebody to come swooping in. He's going to center it down. There's Buddy. Just can't quite get there in time.
That was beautiful, KG. Nice read, as we also see KG get a demo out on Sunky. Honestly, I did not think KG was going fast enough to get that demo, but I guess it does happen. Renix now trying to maintain possession with his aerial dribble going all the way down towards the blue side. Quez is looking at where the ball's going to land, being ready for that clear, as we do see Buddy take out KG, probably in return for preventing that goal earlier.
Buddy's going to just launch it down to the other side. KG's going to hit it right back to his normal teammate. Buddy, one more chance here. We've turned into a game of volleyball with the team who's just lobbing it across midfield. Now Renix with a chance here. Going to try and dribble it up. Oh, dekes out Slayer perfectly. If he had ankles, he broke them. Unfortunately, KG was there and he cleared it back.
Got Sunky trying to hit the ball. Unfortunately, they'll misread it a little bit. Buddy will elevate, managing to pop it around a couple players of Team Blue there. Buddy maintaining possession, playing it around Slayer. They've just got to beat KG, but KG also manages to bump it around Buddy. Renix comes flying in to help it out. Now it's right in front of the blue goal. Sunky elevates to try to get a shot in. Hits the crossbar, but drops right into the goal. That was beautiful. I didn't think that was going in. But, you know, when you have a coach like Spooky who, kind of in line with Turbo there, those shots that are just impossible, you don't think they're going to go in, they make it happen. I guess when that's your coach, you get the magic back yourself there a little bit. Yeah,
so you read that ball just so perfectly. Puts it in a great shot as well. There's a demolition on the KG. Renix going to try and pass it over to Buddy. It was read out by Slayer, though, so that pass not as successful. Buddy going to try and carry it. Recenters it. Sunky charging in, but Slayer just going to clear this one away and keep us in a 1-0 game.
We now have Sunky trying to take it up the side. They've got to beat out KG. However, Renix comes in to help them out, playing it into the midfield perfectly, but Quez reads it as well, getting a nice save. Buddy is there to help try and maintain possession here on the blue side. We've got 2 members of the blue team in the goal trying to take the ball away from Buddy. Sunky comes in to help Buddy out. Unfortunately, KG, though, is still on their tires, not relenting right now.
Renix tries to deke out another member, can't quite get there as Quez makes this stop, and this blue team, just over 2 minutes left to tie this game. We see Buddy with a pass over to Renix, gonna try for the double tap, but a great read by Quez, just push it away from his own net.
We've got Buddy and Sunky now over here double teaming onto this ball. KG gets a demo out onto Buddy, so now Team Orange is down 1 as we have Slayer and Quez trying to rotate back towards that orange goal. KG's not letting up, trying to boop around Renix now. Renix will get it past them, but Slayer is now trying to boop Renix away from that ball as they take it up that corner.
Renix sets it up in a great spot. You saw it was Buddy come charging in just a few seconds too late, though, as Quez with a great play to tie this game. And Quez does it himself, and it's 1-1.
Oh, there was a demolition right here as well. Dang, that was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this Orange team. This blue team are no slouches. Quez and Yeezy finished 34 in the Intel World Open. We're talking about Slayer. A star has history coaching South America teams, and KG's a solid part of Forsyth's success as well. So this is a very solid blue team, and they've proven that they can hang with the Orange team as it's a tie game, and they're going to try one more shot, just cleared away by Buddy.
As I said, Team Blue, nothing against you. I'm just trying to get the caster curse lifted off myself right now. I'm being a little selfish. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I picked Orange from the start, so I don't want to fall into the same boat as Nerdy caster cursing anyone. But still, this blue team, I would not be disappointed if they made the finals as KG shot just wide of the net. Buddy now with a chance here, plays it around Quez. His teammate tracking him, blows him right up.
Oh, KG just taking out Buddy right there. Dang!
They probably get a lot of demo practice being teamed up with Ariana's Meow as well. So they know exactly how to demo someone for maximum efficiency. As Renix 5 shots, looking for his first goal of game 2. Not able to find it, but right in front of that orange net. Sunky's coming in, but a great save.
We now have Quez trying to beat Buddy over that ball, but Buddy ultimately will get a nice, better touch on it, but Quez reads it perfectly, getting it past that center mark. Renix was waiting on the ground, however, and got a pass over to their teammate. Slayer will be there for the save, sending it back to the midfield, and they're there themselves already to try and take it here over onto the orange goal, but Buddy is now going to take it up that back wall.
But he's going to try and get it clear, not able to find it around Quez. 13 seconds left. Renix from midfield. Can't quite get the shot to go home. He'll get demoed as well. Slayer now in a one-on-one to try and get us to a game 3, and he does it!
That is it!
With
Game 3, we go in!
Well, it's 2 seconds. Don't count your chickens just yet, Nerdy.
Okay, fair.
But that was a great play by Slayer. And as long as they handle this kickoff correctly, then we can celebrate a game 3. Here we go. They got to keep the ball in the air. That's a good recipe as Renix goes tracking.
What? Oh, I thought
that
Quez was going to actually get that in for another goal, and I was just going to be like, wow.
Fantastic play by Slayer. He's been a star in our recent Rumbles, and he was a star in that game right there. Sends us to game 3 between Team Blue and Team Orange. Team Red awaiting all of this craziness right now, and these games have been absolutely insane so far in the All-Star Rumble.
Yeah, I can't argue in any regard. As I mentioned earlier, at this point, it's really just a game of mistakes. And I won't lie, I was a little bit saddened. I mentioned it earlier that there wasn't a lot of demolitions coming out, but then Chrissy kind of started bringing out the gasoline and setting everything ablaze on the field. And then this one, we had KG and Buddy just taking each other out left and right. I don't know if that is just some teammate rivalry, if it was truly strategic every single time, or if some of it was just, hey, this is for blocking that last goal, kaboom.
Yeah, that was absolutely just insane. And I mean, it was KG who has really been demoing for the most part his Forsyth teammate in Buddy, and I'm sure he knows exactly how Buddy reacts because they play together so often. So that is probably something we want to keep an eye on, is if those demos do continue. We don't have our demo all-star in Ariana's Meow here tonight, but still we have seen a nice tribute to them from their teammates in KG. St. Buddy maybe decides to turn the demo on him, though. You know, maybe you just go after KG and just keep demoing him. We'll see here. It's game 3. Somebody's 5 minutes away from the finals. Who's it going to be? It's KG. Rockets a shot, and Buddy makes a great save.
Got Quez elevating to knock it back down, however, and they do beat out Sunky to that ball. It's now here in the corners. Renix tries to take it away from Slayer. With some help from Buddy, they manage to get it past that midfield stripe, but KG comes in and boops it back towards that orange goal.
Sunky going to get the clear. KG can't quite stop it. Sunky's now going to clear it towards midfield. Slayer is there, though. Him and Buddy get tangled up. Slayer barely gets the ball pushing towards that orange side before Renix booms it down into the corner.
No
what
way!
a play! Reads it perfectly, and Renix has orange on the board with a great solo play.
Renix, I don't know if you have any social media, my friend, but now is the time to start doing it, and that is highlight reel material right there. That was beautiful.
That was a fantastic goal. Plays it himself perfectly off the corner rebound, and Orange is in the lead. How long can they hold on to it? Buddy nearly gets a goal at the kickoff. Now it's KG's turn. Tries to take a shot. Double commit comes out, but Orange makes the save. Renix can't clear it away, but Buddy's right there. Gets it around Slayer.
Oh, my gosh!
Oh, huge save by Quez at the last second. I thought that was going to be a feather. Great goal for Team Orange.
You and me both, honestly. We see the demolition from KG come out onto Renix, so now Team Blue is up 1 just for a couple of moments, but Buddy is still maintaining a lot of pressure here on the side of Blue, so the respawns are going to happen, and so they're going to be back. The 3-3 is already back. Renix is rotating back towards their goal as there is some pressure coming out now. Sunky's going to clear the ball over to the mid.
Quez going to keep this one alive for Blue. Looks like everyone else bailing, though, so Renix will just clear it towards midfield. Slayer going to get demoed, but does push the ball back towards that orange team net. Sunky in that corner, retreating. They try and center it up for Quez. Sunky makes a great play. He's in a one-on-one with Slayer. You see a demo off screen onto KG. There's Buddy demoing his former teammate. KG spawns, but not before the ball goes past him, but a huge save by Quez, who's excellent defensively.
I honestly, that one was way too close for comfort, in my opinion. If you were on Team Blue, I thought it was going to go in. We see a shot on goal, but it does get saved right there from Renix. Nicely done. It's now at the mid with Buddy in the air, trying to take it all the way down to the goal. However, Slayer will disrupt it, sending it back towards the midfield. Quez will elevate to try and beat Buddy to that ball, but Buddy does ultimately end up getting the better touch. It's right in front of their goal. Slayer manages to hit it back off the wall, however, prevent it from easily going in, and now it's at the midfield once again.
Renix going to take a shot. Goes off the back wall. Quez going to help accelerate that ball towards the midfield. Buddy can't quite get the touch on he wants it. Ends up sending it towards his own net. KG shot just wide. Quez goes racing past Slayer now in a 1v1. Sunky going to pass it down to Renix. Can he recenter it up in time? team. There's Buddy with the goal, and Team Orange up 2-0.
I did not think that one was going to work out. I thought that Blue ultimately was going to get this save. We had KG right there and Slayer. They just barely missed that ball, though. The pass was just too clean.
Perfect all-around team play. They had Sunky if the ball went low. They had Buddy if the ball went high. And now we'll see if Team Blue can rally. They did it last time. KG off the wall, not quite able to get it. Slayer looking to recenter it, but Renix just going to steal it away from him. Double demolition going to go out. Sunky onto Slayer, KG onto Renix. Now KG with the chance here. Can't quite pinch it off the wall like he wanted. And that stop's going to be stopped there by Sunky, and Buddy's going to tie that one up, push it back in the corner.
We do see Slayer take out Renix, unfortunately, so now Team Orange is hurting for a player for a couple of seconds. Renix does respawn. Sunky's now trying to take the ball away from Slayer here at the midfield. Slayer's going to try and beat them and manage to demo Sunky in the process, leaving Buddy to try and beat out 2 players of Blue for possession of this ball.
Renix shot going to go wide, trying to keep it alive. KG can't quite keep that on the orange side, and Sunky just hits it right back. Slayer makes a great save. Buddy with a huge pinch, looking for a teammate. Doesn't quite have one, though. Renix off the clear from Quez, trying to maybe play it himself, just wide of the net.
Dropping down into that back left corner, we have KG now trying to get the ball away from Renix. We do still see that Buddy, Sunky is here waiting for that rebound as well. Slayer will play it off the back wall. Buddy comes in to help keep the ball alive here on the side of Blue with Quez waiting in the goal. Renix gets a shot, but it's going a little bit too wide, allowing Slayer to now take it up towards the side of Orange.
Slayer going to lose his dribble. Demolition comes out in front of the net, but it doesn't matter. Quez just slams that one home. You're going to look at it from his angle. Ooh, Slayer kind of just baited them all out. And I don't know where that demo was. It was onto KG, but it maybe took somebody out of the play, actually.
I think you're right on that one. We've said it before. You cannot, like, yes, the demos are worth it, but they're not always worth it if it takes you out of position. That's something you got to keep in mind.
Well, it's a 1-goal game. Can Slayer or anyone else on Team Blue work their magic here like they did last time? Renix trying to put a stop to that. Can't quite save it. Slayer now racing down. He's in a one-on-one with Buddy. This time Buddy gets the best of him, makes a great save. Buddy's
now trying to beat out Quez with this ball. Renix is waiting right underneath them as Sunky comes in and manages to redirect the ball over towards the side. Slayer comes swooping in as well, now trying to play it off the ceiling. Buddy comes in trying to play it off the wall to themselves. Quez ends up beating them to the ball, however, but Buddy still gets a nice clear down midfield, but Slayer will ultimately end up taking Buddy out with that demolition, allowing KG and Slayer to get possession of the ball at the mid.
Quez going to try and play that one off the wall. Renix just going to hit it right back. 42 seconds left, but we know Slayer can score with 0 time on the clock like we saw in game 2. Renix trying to give an insurance goal to his team. Going to have to bail. Can't quite make that stop from Quez, and now Sunky. This is a full commit from Team Orange, which you wouldn't expect to see.
Slayer got a nice save on that shot on goal from Sunky. They're in very risky territory. They cannot overcommit on these goals. KG got a shot, but the crossbar was not their friend. And KG gets a demo out onto Renix as well. Now it is a fight for anybody to just try and get a shot on goal. Will Team Blue manage to even it out? Sunky gets a nice clear over towards the side of Blue with 5 seconds remaining. I do not think we'll see another goalfish.
2 seconds left. Oh, huge save by Quez to keep it alive. There's a chance here. Him and Slayer also combine together. Somebody's got to spike it for Orange. Buddy just hits it away. Quez nearly made a fantastic play, but it was too little too late for the blue team, and the orange team, despite the double caster curse, will prevail, and they will move on to our championship game. Well, they will take on Team Red, and I cannot wait to see how those finals go. Well, do you want to be seen by expert college recruiters? Talk directly to esports insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers? Then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our feature rumbles, recruiters are taking notice as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or to land a collegiate scholarship. It's Team Orange and it's Team Red. Who's going to be the all-star champion? These teams have taken different paths. Orange team came in as probably the favorite when you saw the rosters. Red team struggled through group play, had a huge upset over Team Green, and now one team is just 2 victories away from a championship.
Well, one of the 2 teams I called made it to the final. Sorry, Team Blue. Sorry, Team Pink. Sorry, Team Green. Orange, thank you for not making me feel like I just completely destroyed everyone's chances of winning. Obviously, I wasn't the only one who predicted that you guys would make it to the finals, so Fish was kind of in the same boat as I was.
Sure. Yep.
But now, we aren't at fault for anything. We're
Nope.
in the we only called who was going to make it to finals, not who we predict winning finals. It's completely up to you guys. You can't blame anything from here on out on us. We're just here to call the action. We're not gonna. Right now, I'm saying it, Fish. We're not gonna make a prediction. No prediction allowed.
You know, I mean, you're not going to make a prediction. When I saw the orange team, I said that they were the favorite. So I will throw my marbles on the orange team, and we'll see if they're able to prevail. But who's going to be our all-star champion for ultimate bragging rights? Will it be Turbo's Team Red, or will it be Renix's Team Orange? We're going to take a quick break. It's a best of 3. One team's 2 games away from a championship. Who's it going to be? Find out next.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Special edition of the Esports Tower Rumble, broadcasting from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. It's All-Star Week here at the Esports Tower. We are on to our finals, and ultimate bragging rights are just a few games away. If you're just joining us, different than our normal Rumbles, captains were chosen by the coaching staff of the Esports Tower, but then did a draft for the remaining players. We started with 5 teams. The orange team captained by Renix, the green team captained by Yeezy, blue by Quez, pink by DJ TJ, and red by Turbo. We went through our single group round robin. The top 4 teams taking to the semifinals, and we're on to the championship. It's Renix and Team Orange taking on Turbo and Team Red. Just a best of 3 this week in the finals, not a best of 5. So it could go quickly, Nerdy, especially if teams are used to, okay, you know, maybe we can lose game 1. We still have 4 games left. Can't come in with that mindset. You got to win game 1 because you'd only be 1 game away from being a champion.
I say it a lot. It's every match you have to treat as though it's 0-0 no matter what the score is. If you're losing, winning, it doesn't matter. You need to always be playing at your absolute best, forgetting how the last match went, unless it's, you know, predicting how the other team's going to play. But anything that was, like, negative in your mind, you got to just get rid of and just, you know, leave it all out on the virtual field and just reset and restart every single time.
So I'm going to be curious to see who's going to win here. It's the Orange team with the star-studded lineup of stars with Renix, Buddy, and Sunky going up against maybe our best individual player in Turbo, who is the goal-scoring leader for St. John's Bosco, who, if you haven't heard, by the way, has never lost a Rumble. So then when the best player on the best team is on the one side, you got to watch out. They're also joined by Jockstrot, who is another incredibly talented player as well. Just a best of the three. Who is going to be our champions? I'm on Orange. Nerdy is staying away from the prediction business. Already has the green team looking for their head as we get into Doc's keys. Play the shot and the rebound, disrupt the pathing of attackers, defend an attack boost, and rotate to the back post quickly. It's all brought to you by the Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Orange versus Red. Who's going to be the winner? We're about to find out. There's a lot on the line. You know Buddy wants to beat Turbo. He's never done it in a real final. Can he do it in the All-Star Weekend? We're going to find out. Meanwhile, Turbo wants to keep that undefeated streak alive. We have Zondu as well, who's looking for 2 in a row. He won last week's Rumble. As now Zondu's trying to make a play on it. Sunky's going to clear it away, though.
We do have Turbo taking the ball back into a nice centering shot over to Jockstrot, but it's going to be disrupted a little bit. Turbo's going to come back in and try and help them out, playing it up off that back corner. We do have Zondu coming in as well, getting a shot on goal, but it's just a little bit too wide as they try to play it off the ceiling to themselves. Buddy reads it perfectly, however, but it ends up getting shot right back towards Turbo.
Turbo looking to set up Jockstrot. We did see a bit of double commits come out from the red team at times. Turbo maybe trying to make a bit too much of a play, it felt like, in the semifinals. The team did end up prevailing as there he is once again with a great setup, pinching that one across the net. Jockstrot trying to help him out. Sunky drives under the ball. Buddy can't get it clear. Scary spot to be. Turbo now the last man standing for the red team. Tries to take a shot. He's got Jockstrot there. Just over pursues the ball.
It does end up still getting a touch on it from Zondu with the follow-up. Turbo on an empty net. And Turbo and Zondu will find our first goal for Team Red.
Great. And Turbo is always just lurking. He's lurking, waiting for the opportunity. He finds a breakdown in the rotation. He gives Red the first goal lead. And I don't know how you stop Turbo. This is maybe where you wish you were paired with somebody like Slayer, because he is a teammate of Turbo. He could give you his weaknesses, because Turbo could almost single-handedly give Red the game with another great shot, but a huge save this time.
We do have Buddy elevating, trying to beat Turbo to that ball, but Turbo gets it anyway, almost getting that double tap into the goal. Zondu's there, does not try to make a shot, just tries to corral the ball here off the wall to get a centering pass over to one of their teammates. However, with Renix and Sunky both coming flying in, they will not manage to get it a nice pass over to anybody.
Sunky looking for a clear ball, spent a lot of time on that orange side. Finally, over to the red side, Zondu immediately clears it back. Buddy just gonna lob it down, great pass over to Renix. It's high, Turbo with a great defense. Renix isn't there, but it gets cleared away. Now they gotta be careful.
No!
Jockstrot's got a wide open net!
It's just going in.
And another mistake for Team Orange, and Red's got a 2-0 lead.
Just gotta make sure you rotate to that back post quickly. I don't know, we've said it, Turbo is all over the place chronically. I swear they're venting, even though this is Rocket League. That's how they're doing it. But if you have someone like Turbo, and you know that they are such, like, well-rounded with their boost management as they are, you just cannot leave that net open. You can't.
You have to almost, as in soccer, you got to man up on Turbo. You got to have somebody almost shadowing him at all times. As we see Jockstrot going to pass it over to Turbo. His shot will go wide. He's going to look for the follow-up, though, to himself, but a great clear way for Buddy, who knows all about Turbo from our St. John's Bosco Forsyth rivalries we've had. He's not able to get the better of him this time, though.
It is a good and healthy rivalry, of course. However, we do have Jocks here now trying to beat Sunky out for the ball down in the corner. Some help from Renix. They will manage to play around Turbo and around Jocks, but there's not enough follow-up for it to go in, so Renix is just going to try and get a centering pass to Buddy.
Buddy's shot does go wide. He's trying to tie that ball up with Zondu, not able to find him. There is Turbo, just dodges out of the way, trying to deke out Renix. And a great shot there. It just hits off the crossbar. Turbo hits off the crossbar. They got to be careful now. Buddy has a chance on an open net. No, he hit the crossbar.
And the demolition on the Zondu. They had a... Physics just don't always work in your favor. Renix gets a nice shot, but Zondu reads it, but the follow-up from Renix. And now Team Orange is showing signs of life. We've got 2 minutes and 10 seconds still left. Plenty of time for them to even out this score.
Renix with a fantastic play there. Gets him back within one. Plenty of time to score. Also plenty of time for Turbo to put a couple more in the back of the net as well. He wins that kickoff very cleanly all the way down to that orange side. Buddy even has to bail on getting the boost. Now he does. Let's allow Zondu for a nice pass. Sunky reads it though, clears it away. Turbo just lurking near that midfield stripe, looking for an opportunity, but Renix is going to get around it.
Buddy's trying to follow up Renix to help them out. They do get booped around a little bit. The ball's now ended up in front of Turbo, who's going to play it high to try and get past Sunky. Unfortunately, they don't play it high enough. It is off that back wall. They managed to get the clear away from the net, but now it's right back in front of it. And the shot goes to Turbo, but it gets cleared away by Buddy.
Zondu Bear almost got caught in a rule 1 there with Sunky. Got to be careful. Don't want to be caught in a 2-on-2 as Turbo carries that all the way down. Gets the demo as well onto Buddy. Renix able to clear it back though to himself. Jockstrot is there and waiting, and now less than 90 seconds left, and Orange Team really hasn't found a shot in a while.
We've got Zondu now trying to drop the ball down right in front of the orange goal. We have Renix trying to play it off that back wall, but Jockstrot reads it perfectly, stalling it out, dropping it right in front of the goal, allowing Turbo to come swooping in, bringing them up by 2 goals.
Who else just swoops out of nowhere from this view besides Turbo? There he is.
Out of nowhere.
No idea he was down there. Just from our angle, of course, since we can't see the whole field. Unfortunately, the Rocket League camera is somewhat limited in that sense, and so Turbo with a great goal there to give him a 3-1 lead. Just over a minute left, and not going to need a goal quickly here for Team Orange as Zondu's looking to make a play. Great demo as well on Renix. They got to be careful. Buddy's the last man of defense, and he'll make a great stop.
Buddy's now going to try and pass it into the mid over towards their teammate Sunky, but Turbo read that one perfectly and manages to get a touch on it before they can. Sending it high over into the corner away from their own teammate Zondu now, but they're going to pass it back towards Jockstrap. It will be read by Sunky and shot all the way back over towards the red goal. Follow up from Renix, and they will find that second goal. 37 seconds left. They easily can find that equalizer for Team Orange. If you're Team Red, though, you could start running away with it if Orange gets too aggressive here.
Yeah, Orange has got to be careful. As you said, you can't full send until the final seconds or you will get scored cross map and your hopes of a comeback will end. Zondu wins that kickoff cleanly. Kickoffs for Red have been great, but Renix in perfect position. His shot going to be turned away by Jockstrot though. Pass over to Zondu. 30 seconds left. Turbo trying to give his team one more, but Sunky's in the perfect position.
Turbo still trying to keep possession of this ball. His buddy takes out Zondu, so it's a 3v2 for 2 seconds now. We've got Turbo trying to play it around a couple members of Team Orange. Sunky disrupting them just enough so that he loses that ball. Zondu's now going to try and play it around Buddy, but Buddy will take out Zondu in return, allowing Renix to get possession here at the mid.
10 seconds left. He beat one man to the ball. Gets another one. Turbo with a huge save. Can Sunky put it in? No, Zondu makes a great save. Renix did everything he could. Buddy's got to keep it alive from the other side of the field. That just gets spiked out by Turbo. And he scores goals and he makes incredible saves. Turbo did everything, and his team is 1 game away from a championship.
Turbo, that was beautiful. I'm not going to lie. I honestly thought that that was going to be the equalizer goal right there, but nope. There you were. You predicted it, you read it perfectly, and just chronically in the heads of everyone on Team Orange. I don't know how you do it. You must have like the biggest brain out of everybody currently on that field. No, not saying anyone there has but is by any means low IQ, because all of you are playing your minds out right now, but Turbo, holy cow. Yeah, Turbo's game sense is just next level, because Renix beat Jockstrot, then he beat Zondu, and Turbo just sat in the goal. Didn't make an early play on it and just stuffed him with 3 seconds on the clock and then got a huge clear. Fantastic. Hey, when you're the captain, when it's basically Turbo's Team Red, you got to be the one to make the play. 5 minutes away from Turbo being undefeated still in Rumbles. We'll see if the Orange team can send it to a Game 3. That pinball's nearly out the net. Turbo looking for a moment. Can't quit the angle he wants. Eventually he's going to pop it up in the air. He'll get challenged there by Renix. One more chance for Zondu, going to be turned away quite quickly. Buddy does send it to the midfield with a follow from Sunky. They manage to get over here towards Red. Shot on goal will get saved, however, by Jock. Zondu's now going to take it up in the air past the midfield stripe with a shot. Help from Turbo, but Buddy will be there for the save as Jocks goes in for the follow-up. And with that, they will find their first goal. All 3 members of Red had assistance on getting this goal in. Yeah, that was a lot of work coming out from Orange, but nicely done, Red, to not give up. Yeah, and we talked about this after the group stage where Red struggled. Came out with a 2-3 record. Maybe they did take some time to practice, and Turbo gave them some tips, because in the playoff, this team has looked unstoppable in our bracket. It's Turbo looking to make the play himself. It's all 3 members of Orange to commit, but Zondu shot just barely wide. Now Renix has a chance. He's going to try and take a shot. Everyone of Red racing back, and hey, there it is. There's that man again, Turbo, with a great stop. Just sitting and waiting it's incredible. They're just using all of these moments of slowing down the pace of the match for themselves, no one else, to read what the heck is going to happen. And almost every time, Turbo knows where they need to be. Their teammates and Zondu are following him up perfectly. We now have Buddy trying to race in here against Turbo to take that ball away. They're definitely gunning for that. You cannot have a perfect title across Esports Tower and All-Stars, my friends, without me putting up a fight.
But he's going to get that clear down. Jockstrap just stuffs it immediately. Turbo comes flying in. Going to miss on that ball roll with Sunky. Jock's now going to center it for Zondu. They kind of try and take Orange out of the play. Turbo is there. Multiple members of Orange trying to stop him. Finally, Renix will get the clear. And Sunky barely misses dunking that one over. Jockstrap. Turbo takes one more chance at it. Can't quite find it.
We've got Zondu there for the follow-up, though, getting a nice centering shot. It's going to get sent over to Jockstrap, but then unfortunately they will end up missing it, allowing Orange to get it over here towards the side of Red. Turbo now gets a touch on it, sending it over to Renix, but it's still here on the side of Orange in the corner. Renix trying to play it around Turbo, but Turbo's still ultimately going to boop them around enough. Renix finally gets the clear over towards the red goal. They've got one player to beat, but Zondu reads it perfectly, redirecting it towards the mid.
Yeah, from as much we talk about Turbo, do not underestimate Zondu and Jockstrap. They have made fantastic plays as Turbo tries to will that one in the back of the net, can't quite find it. Just over 2.5 minutes left. Renix and Buddy trying to combine for the equalizer. Buddy sets it up perfectly, but a last-second tip by who else? I think that was Turbo or maybe Jockstrap, I'm not sure. Zondu's now going to look for a shot, not able to find it.
It does end up still in front of that Orange goal. Renix will elevate, taking it over to the midfield. Jockstrap elevates as well. They both get a touch on it, pinching it off down right in front of the red goal. Zondu will end up getting that save, sending it past that midfield mark. Renix is now trying to beat Zondu out for that ball.
Sunky gonna clear it. There's a demo onto Jockstrap. Turbo goes chasing though, just immediately clears it away. He's like a villain from any horror movie. The good guys end up in a shed. Turbo's waiting right there. He's just absolutely everywhere that Team Red needs him to be right now.
It's unfortunate when you are playing against someone who can just predict where everyone's going to be, but it ends up being like that sometimes as the ball stalls out right here between Zondu and Buddy. Neither one really getting a nice opportunity to get a shot, but Zondu ultimately ends up on top of that one, getting a shot on goal with Sunky redirecting it and Jockstrap being there for the follow-up, but Buddy reading that follow-up and knocking it back towards the red goal.
Turbo and Zondu do combine for a bit of a bad double commit. That's going to open up the front of the net, but Sunky just too far in front of that one. Turbo just trying to keep it away from Renix. And Renix now with a great chance here. Plays around a couple, trying to set up Buddy on the goal. Barely touches it with his back tire, and it's cleared away by Jockstrap. Now Zondu racing down. Orange team's got to retreat. Demolition does go out onto Buddy, though. Going to be in a 2v3. Another Demolition does go out onto Buddy as soon as he spawns. Turbo taking no prisoners right now.
Turbo still has possession of this ball right in front of the Orange goal, pops it a little bit too high, allowing Buddy to elevate and knock it back towards the midfield, but it ends up right in front of Jockstrap, so Renix has to come racing and trying to take it away from them. Turbo following that up. Buddy reads the shot from Turbo perfectly, though, and manages to knock it over towards the side.
1 minute left for Orange to come back, or Red's your champions. Great play from Turbo and Jockstrap. It's like they've been playing together for years. It's a fantastic pass and shot to probably give them the championship.
That was incredible. That was beautiful. There's
40 seconds is enough time, though.
We have seen...
And I think it's more than 40.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of goals in that amount of time before. We've Jocks with the possession here over on the side of Orange. It does get taken away by a little help from Renix, with Buddy flying in as well, getting the save off that shot on goal. Turbo, however, back at the midfield with the ball high in the air. Never a situation you want to allow them to be in. Sunky puts a stop to that, but Zondu's there for the follow-up as well, with Buddy reading that one, sending it back over towards the red goal. With a little help from Renix, it's right in front of the goal with the follow-up from Buddy. And Orange is showing signs of life. They're just got to score one more goal to bring us to a 2-2 score. Can they do it? I sure hope they can.
Great play there by Renix and Buddy. About 30-ish seconds. Timer is a bit fast. It'll jump around to that 30 mark after the kickoff goes. If you're our Team Orange fan, there you go, 30 seconds. But Turbo!
Oh, Turbo!
You can't leave him all alone. The shot was high, luckily. And Buddy's going to give his team maybe one more chance. Jockstrap trying to end it. Renix makes a great save. They got Sunky near midfield. All three members of the Orange team. Somebody take the shot. Zondu turns it away, and Turbo gets the clear for now.
We've got Buddy racing back towards that goal, managing to get a nice clear over to Sunky in the corner. Well, Renix in the corner, but unfortunately Renix was a little too high, so Jockstrap maintains possession. Sunky gets a touch on it, keeping it alive here over in front of the red goal. However, there's 3 seconds on the clock. They've got to get... Oh my gosh, Buddy!
With zeros! Zeros on the clock. Buddy kept it alive.
I honestly thought that was it, but buddy, you found it. The magic touch right there, just barely squeaking it in under the no time on the clock. That was a miracle shot, not gonna lie.
Have enough for a kickoff. So somebody could maybe win it here in the final seconds. Jockstrap had a chance. But Buddy made the save, and we're heading to overtime. Red gets a goal, they win. Orange gets a goal, we're heading to a game 3. As Buddy's able to clear that one away, Jockstrap can't keep it alive. Turbo maybe gonna make the hero play. For now, he'll just retreat as Renix. Gonna try and air dribble this one past Zondu, not quite able to.
We have Sunky coming in to help Renix as they rotate back. Turbo gets a save off that shot, now trying to play it around Buddy here at the midfield, as well as Renix. Turbo's now in the air trying to play it onto that goal. Unfortunately, with the help from Buddy, it does get knocked a little bit too wide. We now have Zondu trying to retreat as 2 members of Team Orange are hot on their tails as Renix is just reading this ball here at the mid with a shot on goal, but it's going to be a little bit too high, and Sunky will not be there for the follow-up because Jockstrap will knock it too high for them to touch it.
Zondu trying to clear it down. Buddy is there. Buddy's going to bang it all the way down to the other side. Turbo launches it back. We're trying to play it off the back wall for a teammate. Here comes Jockstrap. No, sorry, that was Zondu. And he wins it. And Team Red is your champions with such a great play by Turbo to set up Zondu for the game winner.
That was incredible. Everyone across the board, that was amazing.
That was fantastic from all sides, but Turbo never lost in the Esports Tower Rumble. Doesn't matter if it's normal, all-star. Turbo is undefeated. Jockstrap and Zondu, who got the game-winning goal. Congratulations to you two as well. And it is Team Red that is our champions. That is how you do it. What a fantastic Esports Tower All-Star event. I know the coaches are going to love reviewing all of those moves. VOD reviews are a great way to improve your team and learn. And just a great job. The captains picked by the coaches set up their teams. Turbo comes out on top. Jockstrap and Zondu there as well. And they are all champions. And still somebody, doesn't matter what it is at this point in the Esports Tower. Maybe Turbo's going to hop into the Valorant scene and start beating people because he has never really been challenged in any of his events when he's made it to the finals. Him and his team, no matter who they are, have been great.
What can you do against that? I'm going to throw this out there, though. You know, since I was younger, Fish, you're very familiar with sports. You probably did those fantasy brackets, especially with, like, the college basketball. My grandmother was a hardcore UConn fan, so we always did the fantasy basketball league. And I was horrible at picking those brackets. Knowing that, even though that was almost a decade ago for me, yes, my dad always won regardless. I don't know how. He's just one of those people that's really good at that. I should, like, give him a call and be like, hey, watch this stuff with me. Like, watch the VODs and help me make these predictions so I can stop caster cursing these poor teams. A decade ago, my younger self could have told me here today that there was no way you're going to be able to call any of these from the start. You're just bad. Even at sports, you know from, like, top to bottom.
Hey, I mean, you know, if your dad's not able to help you, I will say, just pick whatever team Turbo's on.
There we go.
Like, if you get those wrong, now we truly know maybe where the problem lies, and then we might want to get out of the prediction business. Because if you curse Turbo, that would be pretty impressive.
Yeah, and if I did end up doing that, I'd feel really bad.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, maybe that's what it takes to beat Turbo, because he is undefeated. But we will now get to our ICCU Player of the Week for the Esports Tower All-Star Rumble. A ton of great choices. It's honestly, I mean, I would have to think Turbo. When you win, you do get that little smidge of bonus points in my book. But any, you know, I don't want to use the P word, so any guesses, I'll say?
Well, since you took Turbo, I'm actually going to go with Sunky.
Sunky would be a great choice as well.
Yeah.
I think anyone from those, or from the orange team or the red team would be great. Anyone really from these Rumbles would be great. They probably all have been deserving of an ICCU Player of the Week in the past.
And it's definitely...
Oh, it's Jockstrap!
Jockstrap! Yeah!
Like I said, I mean, this team struggled in the group stage. It was kind of one of those, like, yeah, they have a really good player, but maybe, you know, the team makes it more than the player. But Jockstrap was solid, absolutely fantastic. We talked about his rise from where he started to where he is now in terms of rankings in Rocket League since he joined the Esports Tower, and a very, very deserved ICCU Player of the Week to Jockstrap. Brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union. He's a great player, makes the team more successful. It's like ICCU is helping members achieve financial success. Jockstrap is your all-star Idaho Central Credit Union Player of the Week.
Well-deserved, Jockstrap. Nicely done.
Yes, and I will say, when you have a guy like Turbo who attracts so much attention, you really do get some very nice looks on the goal.
For sure. And some beautiful highlight moments.
Exactly. This was fantastic. This was probably the goal of the week.
Yeah, that one, like I said, Jocks, Turbo, both of y'all, if you don't have social media, start them now. Highlight reel moment, that one.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, as we close out this All-Star weekend with a familiar name still on top, Nerdy, do you have any final thoughts for this week's Rumble?
Everyone needs to go to some counseling with the crossbar, that's for sure. No one seemed to have a good time with that. Stop letting Turbo have the ball in the air is definitely one thing that we need to watch out for. And also, I think Turbo was venting.
Yeah, Turbo was doing something. He was everywhere on the field. Like I said, it felt like pick a horror movie, Freddy Krueger, Jason. Okay, he won't know we're here. Just appears right behind you. It's just absolutely insane. But we will close out with our top 5 plays presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Reach out on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. Congratulations to Zondu, Jockstraw, and Turbo. They are your all-star champions. Can anybody beat Turbo? We'll have to find out maybe next week, as he has never lost an Esports Tower Championship. But until then, enjoy these top 5 plays, and we'll see you next time. Who's going to be the winner? We're about to find out. There's a lot on the line. Buddy wants to beat Turbo. He's never done it in a real final. Can he do it in the All-Star weekend? So we see Zondu trying to set him up. He won last week's Rumble with Hendricken and now trying to win another one. Turbo, perfect shot.
That was beautiful.
They even listen to Doc's keys. There's someone on that back post. It just does not matter when Turbo's taking shots like that.
Dang.
Yeah, Spooky was there. Spooky played that perfect. Not to go home, he'll get demoed as well. Slayer now in a one-on-one to try and get us to a game 3, and he does it!
That is it! Game 3, we go in!
Well, it's 2 seconds. Don't count your chickens just yet, Nerdy.
Okay, fair.
But that was a great play by Slayer. And as long as they handle... Rennick sets it up in a great spot. You saw it was Buddy come charging in just a few seconds too late, though, as Quez with a great play to tie this game. And Quez does it himself, and it's 1-1.
Oh, there was a demolition right here as well. Dang, that was beautiful.
It's there, though. Him and Buddy get tangled up. Slayer barely gets the ball pushing towards that orange side before Rennick booms it down into the corner. What a play! Reads it perfectly, and Rennick has orange on the board with a great solo play.
Rennick, I don't know if you have any social media, my friend, but now is the time to start doing it, and that is highlight reel material right there. Maintains possession. Sunky gets a touch on it, keeping it alive here over in front of the red goal. However, there's 3 seconds on the clock. They've got to get... Oh my gosh, Buddy!
With zeros! Zeros on the clock. Buddy kept it alive.
I honestly thought that was it, but Buddy, you found it. The magic touch right there. Just